Hey everyone, and welcome back to our weekly Witcher D&D session. This time we're missing someone else because Ryan is not here yet, but as last week he will come during the session, so we're just going to start without him and then he will join hopefully soon. I'm here with my friends. You probably know them by now, but as always, let's quickly do a quick introduction and then we start right into it.
Hello everyone, my name is Crozyr, I'm a potato, and when I'm not in Africa, I'm streaming about 3 to 5 times a week at 1 p.m. on Twitch as Crozyr.
I'm MissLadyJ, I'm also a Gwent streamer, and I don't have a schedule, so I normally stream every day besides Wednesdays at around 4 p.m. CEST.
And we got a dog.
Yes,
and a very cute dog.
Siri, the corgi.
I am Lothari. I am an article writer for Team Aretuza, and you can find everything I do at teamaretuza.com, as well as of recently, gamesandstories.home.blog, where I write about some non-Gwent related stuff to do with storytelling in games.
Good that we do introduction every time, because otherwise you would have missed this.
Yeah.
And I'm Cricket. I'm doing Gwent content. I'm currently also figuring out Auto Battlers, so let's see how that will go in the near future. And as of tomorrow, we are heading off to Warsaw to the Aretuza Thanet Cup. So if you want to see some pictures of the trip, check us out on Instagram. We have now Aretuza now has an Instagram channel, so just look for Team Aretuza and you'll probably find it, I hope. And we probably also post some stuff on Twitch, so if you want to check the trip, check the Instagram.
It's going to be really awesome.
Yeah,
I can't go.
I mean, like, there is so much stuff going on besides Gwent. Like, we will have so many good pictures. It will be fun. Anyway, let's turn up this music here, because I forgot, of course. Stream health is looking good. I got now the green instead of the yellow, so I think my connection is better.
We're on YouTube, right? This week?
Where are you?
We're on YouTube this week, right?
Yeah,
not
so.
Twitch.
Yeah, it's like the icon is green. I think that's YouTube. Okay, cool. Do we want to do the recap as always?
Oh, man.
Oh, this is a good one. I think this
didn't happen last week? Yeah.
Herder carried the entire group, literally.
It's true. That's true.
Do you want to take us through what happened then, Crozyr?
Oh, if I can piece it all together. So we were at the brothel/tavern where we had ended up the session before that, and there was a dwarf named Kevin, lovely name, who approached us and offered us some help in our quest to find the druids. And innocent as our group is, we just assumed Kevin was going to help us, and we followed him into the wilderness, into a cave until the cobwebs over there grew thicker and thicker, which became more suspicious and suspicious with every step. And then eventually, I think it was Herger who was like, something's wrong. Maybe somebody else wants to take it here.
We were like Kevin turned around, and it turned out Kevin had wanted to try and win the hand of I've forgotten his name, the rich dwarf.
A rich dwarf. Let me look it up.
Rutger. He wanted to win the hand of Rutger's maiden, who was called something. Female dwarf.
You should really take notes.
Effrey found it utterly fascinating. But anyway, in trying to win her hand, Hildegard. Thank you, Green Cricket. In trying to win Hildegard's hand, Kevin thought it would be a good idea to lure us, because we claim to be his bodyguards, out into a cave so that we could be eaten by spiders. And that's what happened. The spiders tried to eat us. We tried to get out before they could, but unfortunately Calavandra was, in her rush to get out, stabbed in the back or the front and then bitten in the neck by a spider and knocked unconscious, while Effrey and Ryan both ended up on Herger's back at one point or another as he charged his way out of the tunnel.
Yeah, and
that's- Sorry.
Heather saved me.
Helga saved you. Wow.
Yeah, Herger saved Calavandra. Herger was being awesome generally, the hero of our day and age. And I think we left it outside of the tunnel, having barely escaped with our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Run into the ground, exhausted, broken.
Yeah, I think the last thing you did, like you discovered some foot tracks, like some tracks, but you also discovered that you're so exhausted that basically if you take more steps, like you're going to be like done. So, and this is where we are currently. Like you're standing outside of the cave. Behind you is kind of like a cliff with the tunnel into the spider cave. Let's call it that way. The cliff is towards the west, and like in front of you is like a forest. But it's when you look at the forest, it's very. It's still a forest. You know how forest works, but it's like especially Herger and especially Lothari, both of you, like you feel there's more to the forest. Like it looks a bit greener. It looks a bit, I don't know, richer. I'm not sure how to describe it as well. It just feels like there's a spirit in this wood. You know what I mean? Like.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know enough to be able to put two and two together to confirm that this is where the druids are?
No, not really.
Difficult to tell. Okay.
It's not a druid. It's not a druid's grove or something. It just feels like the wall, the forest is. I don't know. Like it just feels
more
different.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't think we're used to anyone in our current condition, so I would suggest setting up a watch and passing out for a few hours.
Oh,
at
while I
least.
mention it, like after Diog basically escaped the cave, he was the first one to just like fall next to Calavandra and take a big nap.
I hate to ask, Herger, but I think you might be in the best position to make sure we don't get eaten by spiders.
Oh, definitely. I will be vigilant. I will protect the camp. I will surely never fall asleep during my duty. And
Yes, because that's never happened before.
what do you mean?
Nothing. I have full faith in your ability to make sure we don't get eaten by spiders.
Yeah, I look to Calavandra, who's still very much injured, and I say, I will never let you guys down. I will protect the camp from spiders, from Kevins, from anything.
Okay, so two things here. Like first one is where exactly do you want to set up camp, and the second thing is like you haven't eaten too much in the last days.
No,
you haven't slept too much in days. So this is the point where I would like to see how many rations like do you still have. Like
I think we established that Herger and Dioch are fine. Maybe Calavandra as well, but I don't have anything.
Okay, so what's like what you really feel is that like the hunger also takes its toll. It's like you're tired, you're hungry, and you're exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have a ration and a water skin, but mine is filled with beer.
So that would be something like you would eat now, probably, and then you're out of food as well.
All right.
I mean, before we rest, we can try to find some food, but we're really, really tired.
So
by we, I mean I.
Yeah,
really, really
I mean,
tired.
most of us are really not like tired and also wounded, injured. So I think a rest is in order before we can proceed. But we are right now. We find ourselves right in front of the spider cave, right?
Let's move a little bit away from that.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, the spiders didn't come out, but it's daylight right now, right? Outside,
it's morning.
Mm-hmm. And we want to have a long sleep in the morning. This reminds me of Herger's wilder days. When he would come home late. So do we have any perception of, or like, does Hergan know about the spiders, or could he try to find out about the spiders if they are really like glued to their cave, or if it's really like the daylight that's keeping them inside, so that we?
I think it's a nature check.
Okay. Can you do it? On the second screen.
Okay.
Yeah. So a D20.
9.
A 9.
Yeah, could be.
So Hergan's like,
Is it one or the other? Yes.
So Hergan is thinking about the whole thing and looks at Effie and is like opening his mouth as he wants to say something, and then it's just like, nah. I have nothing to say about the situation.
I suggest we move a little bit further away from the spider's nest, maybe towards the forest, just a little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is Calavandra capable of walking, or is she still unconscious?
I think she's unconscious.
So you basically take Ryan and Calavandra and like slowly move into the forest, and that's what you do. So you make your way east. You're following like the footsteps. They're pretty easily to track here. Like there are no rules necessarily because it was night. In the night, like the ground was a bit muddy. So now it's drying up again. But you see where he went out of the cave. So you just like follow the foot tracks. You go east. You are in the forest now, and the spider cave moves further and further away from you, while like the trees also like they look a bit bigger than usual. They're not as big as like the trees you saw near Windbrook, like the giant trees, but it's still very big trees in comparison to other trees, and it's very dense. Like typically in a forest like where ways are, you can easily like just walk through the forest, but in this forest there are bushes, there's like undergrowth, so you really have to like make your way through the
Let's not move too far into the forest right now. Let's just stay on the edge, just in case we need to make a quicker exit.
Okay.
Yes.
So you just like go a bit through the underbrush, so you're outside of the spider cave like view, so to say, and that's where you just drop. Like you are surrounded by trees, surrounded by the undergrowth, and this is where just like lay down.
Yeah. Don't light any fires, and maybe don't hunt any animals.
And Herga's like, but hunting animals is one of my greatest strengths.
I know, but we do not want to anger the druids in what could potentially be their territory. That is not a good plan. That
is absolutely true. I will not touch a single flower. It's very dangerous to anger the druids. Yeah. They know many spells.
About the flowers, by the way, like there are flowers on the ground where you walk. So.
Yeah. Herga says this after having trampled all the flowers.
Okay, so that's where you prepare camp. What do you do? How does this work?
I think I just curl up and sleep.
Okay.
Sleeping bag. You can have mine. It's.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Basically, never just as new. And how's the phrase? If something's very new.
Brand new. Okay.
But almost like it's new.
Thank you. That's very kind. I will take that to use to borrow.
Okay. Then you take the first watch, I guess.
I will take the watch.
Good then.
I will not.
I think you've eaten, so in comparison to Effie, who is like totally devastated, and you're also not. You're still pretty hurt, like badly hurt, but you're not as hurt as Calavandra, for example. So the Constitution, you don't have disadvantage on your Constitution saving throw, but you still have it a bit harder than usual. So just roll a normal Constitution saving throw to see.
Constitution.
Oh my god!
Saving it.
Plus
4.
21.
21.
21. That is really good. That means that you actually stay awake. Then, while they stay awake, I want to also have a perception throw.
Mm-hmm. That's +2.
Was it +2?
Yeah.
14.
So 14.
Not bad as well. So, how do you do watch? Like, are you moving around? Are you sitting there? Like, how does it work?
Are there any trees that have like a branch
Probably,
that's
yeah.
close enough to the ground? So I would climb a tree and sit down in a way that I can like turn my head in all directions, and then, or is it like is the other tree so thick, so to speak, like the
It depends.
the branches that I can't see anything from up there?
I mean, like, you have a hard time through the underground anyway, because the underground is so thick, so you can look over the underground, undergrowth, but you can see what's happening, like, right around you, and a bit, like, let's say, I don't know, you would spot anything that goes over the undergrowth. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So if there's
Okay.
like maybe like a deer or something, you probably would see. You could also see it moving through the undergrowth. A bear you would spot for sure. If this is squirrel, you probably won't see that one.
Okay, or like a snake or something, I would miss that. Yeah, but would I see a Kevin-sized animal?
Maybe like if he's like moving fast through the undergrowth, you probably would hear it and you would see where it moves.
Yeah. The question is what I would expect. So we like, I think since we just had the encounter with the spiders, I would expect something along the lines of that. So maybe it would be better to stay on the ground so I can see through the undergrowth. If that's helpful, or is there anything I could do to see
I think
smaller
like
things?
going upside a tree is probably okay.
Yeah, okay, then I'll just do that.
So
That's,
you look
good
for a tree. There's actually not many trees that like would qualify. So you can't like move up a tree right at your camp, but like one row back, for example, you can just like climb up in. You just climb one lower tree and you look. And this is how the morning goes. So like the sun is slowly starting to rise. You feel the exhaustion, especially after like eating your rations. You're now, oh, wow, it would really be good to go asleep here. But you keep watch, and around noon, like you hear like there's movement.
So yeah, I like, was it not pinch my ears? Today the phrases are missing. I think the phrases.
That's fine. Like it's like
listen attentively.
it's like something's is through the underbrush. It's not like no footsteps. It's like you can't really discern it, but it's knocking. It's like small branches burst on the ground, and
yeah. I take what do I have? I take my Tinder box and I throw it at Effrey to wake up.
okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So-
I'm awake.
The question is, are you awake too? Because you're so exhausted. Let's
I
see.
guess
Let's make a
Let's see.
let's make a Constitution saving throw again. Or no, actually, this is perception, right?
Is it?
Yeah,
I'll
so
do
it's
either.
just a perception with disadvantage, I guess.
Disadvantage. Okay. Oh, wait, I need to redo that. That's stupid. So the first one is a 10, the second one is a 19.
Okay. So you got the Tinder box, and you're like, but yeah, you slowly wake up, but like really slowly. It was like really on the verge of.
I almost make the conscious decision to ignore it and go back to sleep, but then the light is in my eyes and I groggily kind of sit myself up and look towards Helga.
Yeah, and I'm like just like waving, and I'm pointing down that I heard something, but I didn't want to didn't want it to know that we've seen it. So I try
Do
to
I
be sneaky.
do I hear anything?
And I want to do. Oh yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, you hear it as well. Like there's a small rattling like through the undergrowth around you, through the like dense bushwork, so to say.
I slowly stand up and kind of try to look around to see whether I can catch where it's coming from.
And as you stand up, the noise stops.
Can I make like a perception check from up there if there's anything I could spot, or is it futile?
Well, it's actually the same perception check as before. Like you see exactly the same as before. There's no need for that check.
Okay, so I ready my hand axes so I could jump on anything below that I see. Can I somehow like tell where the noise is stopped? At what spot?
It's funny because you couldn't really discern where it comes from. It was more like around you, like two directions at once.
Oh, 2 directions at once. Because if I could spot the spot, I would like throw myself from up the tree with my 2 hand axes.
Hard. Especially with that
Hard.
perception check.
Damn it. Okay, so can I ready myself as an action? So whenever I see something that would peek up its head from the thicket, that I could jump on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Effie, what are you doing?
I kind of like kick the ground near where I am to see whether there's any reaction.
No.
If you're shaking your head, I can't see you because my screen is basically 8-bit at the moment.
No.
That's what I was...
I'm not sure then, just standing very still looking up at Herger to see how Herger is reacting and being very... I mean, am I prepared? What happens after a long rest? Do I get all of my spells?
Oh, you haven't rested long enough for that.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm kind of just nervously pretending to be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, what are you doing? Like, are you standing around then, or...
I mean, Herger is also quite tense, but he's obviously tired from a night without sleep and sitting on the tree. But I think I'll just keep waiting so I could intercede whenever it's necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
I try to explore around a little bit, just like looking around the campsite.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
And your hunger is really like you haven't probably spent like that much days without food like ever.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything here, Herger. I'm not sure whether it was magical or a small animal, but it seems to have gone.
I'm sure I heard something. But I whisper it so loud that you can hear it.
Yeah. I am sure you did too. It's not here now, though.
Can you get my tinderbox back?
If I see it, then I grab it and throw it back at him.
Okay.
I need to go. I need to find something to eat. I'm starving, and I'm still tired.
Oh, why don't you have food left? You could have said something. You could have had my ration.
It's fine. I'll sort myself out and start looking for like plants or something that might serve as food.
Sure. Just make a survival check.
This is gonna go so well. I rolled a 9.
There's not much. You see some berries, but like except the berries, like especially in the near vicinity, there's nothing which really could like keep you keep your hunger at bay. Maybe like the berries help a bit, but like a tiny bit.
I'll collect as many berries as I can and try to ration them.
I had taken some herbs and like other types of medicinal plants from the Mage's Tower from a couple of episodes ago. Is that like edible? Could I like?
Well, they're more
Say
like
we let all the healing abilities go to waste, and then at least Efri can eat something.
it's like there's not too much. Like, imagine them more as herbs and spices stuff than like real food.
And
Next
so
time we go out adventuring, we have to be more prepared.
in the worst, if push comes to shove, we can always eat Diok.
I will keep that in mind. Yeah, I do what I can to ration out what very little food we have, eat a little, and then settle back down to go back to sleep.
Okay. So
Yeah, I'm not okay. Sorry, I'm not willing to go to sleep, to be honest. Like, I'm not willing to let this go. Helga, sure you heard something. So I think I wanna. No, I say. All right, Efri, I'll go to sleep too. But then proceed to climb, stealthily climb down the tree.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me what you want to do. Like, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I would scan the area where I heard the noises.
Okay. Then yeah, you go around. Maybe make another perception check.
Which check?
What check?
Perception.
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 15.
Okay.
One better than before.
Yeah, there's nothing unusual.
I can't believe it. Okay, but on my tree, am I close enough to come to Efri and Calavandra's help at any time?
We are more or less like you jump down, you take some footsteps. Like in one round, you probably are there.
Okay.
So in the second
All
round,
right.
you probably could act there.
Then okay, I guess I'm starting to think I'm hearing things, and then I'm going back up the tree.
Okay. So another Constitution saving throw from you for not falling asleep.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Sure. 'Tis a 12.
Okay. So you're not exactly awake, but you're not sleeping as well. You're more like in this meditative state where you're just like watching the surroundings, but you perceive everything. And I would like to have another like perception check from you.
No, it's a 6.
Okay.
It must can't be right.
So, like time goes by, and at some point, like it's probably I want to say 2 or 3. You spend like the whole day kind of like sitting there, like letting the others rest. Well, let's say it's 2 around that probably. So 6 hours or something has gone now, and then Calavandra, you can make like a recovery roll to see how much hit points you are now. And I think you roll your. Let me see. Because you have your rogue class die thing. Let me see. It is. There we go. You roll rogue d8. D8 plus your constitution modifier. That's what you regain in hit points.
D8 plus 2.
Okay. So 8.
8.
That's good.
Okay.
That
You with your high roll.
That's pretty good, right? Like you probably
Oh yeah, you need to update.
Yeah.
I can do it for you.
you're probably like near full hit points again, right?
No.
Good.
She was at 1.
Oh, you have way more hit points now. I see. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're now back with the living, and that's why you and Efri can make a perception check now.
That's not great.
Efri
What's
with a
my
disadvantage, of
perception?
course, because she's really tired.
+1.
Plus 1.
Well, there's absolutely no way that can get any worse. I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
And
I rolled.
she had a 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
What did I have? A 6 or something?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, we're oblivious to whatever's gonna happen.
So what's happening here is Helga, while you're in this meditative like trance and like you're staring at like there's this bird and it's really cute what's happening here. Discord's dropping. Okay, there you are, back again. Nice.
Oh, now it's actually
Great.
there.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
realised that I was on the wrong server.
Good. We're back again.
Yeah.
While you're in this meditative trance, you're looking at the distance and you see like this little bird, and he's very cute, and he does some dances in the air, and like you kind of like stare at it, and like you forget like the time a bit while you stare at the bird, and so at some point it just flies off, and that's when you're like, oh yeah, you check again what's happening downstairs at the camp, and what you see is that there are roots, and a lot of roots are currently like entangling Calavendra and Effrey. They're like slowly moving from the feet upwards, like to the upper bodies, and yeah.
Oh, well, I scream, Effrey, Calavendra, watch out! There's the roots of the trees are eating you. And I jump down with my hand
up.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, Calavendra and Effrey, you actually hear this, and you slowly awake. While your feet, you can't really move your feet already because they're already tight, but the roots are slowly like coming upwards, and like they're already at your belly. So that's kind of like the situation. We could actually roll initiative here because that's actually quite important. When someone is where.
I rolled a 7.
I'll check mine. Just left. Yeah, okay. So Jess has 14, I have 6.
Okay. So it's Jess, Effrey, Herga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Calavendra.
Yes.
Yeah, Calavendra. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so Calavendra, it's your turn to act.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Is this just as I'm waking up?
Yeah, you wake up and like you hear like Herga. You didn't catch the first half of the sentence, but something about eating you. And when you wake up, like you feel that you can't move, like because you're caught.
Oh, quick, the spider! Now this wants to eat me. So can I like cut at it with my daggers?
Sure, you can try to like you grab for your daggers. Where do you have these daggers? Like where are they located?
On my back.
Oh.
Okay, so like you try to go up, like get the daggers, and you try hacking.
Yeah.
Okay, then just roll damage.
Oh, damage is not a d20.
D6, I think.
D4.
I rolled 4 plus 3, so that's
7.
7.
Good.
Wait, that's on the one dagger.
Yeah, you can attack a second time.
Alright. But then we don't have the bonus anymore, right?
Yes. Just the 4.
3.
So 7 and 6.
No bonus anymore.
No bonus.
So 7 and 3.
7 and 3, 10.
Yeah, 10. Oh, that's pretty good. Like you already like hack some of the roots off you, and you stop the growing, and you actually are able to like free yourself a bit more. So you still have like some of the feet entangled, but the rest of the roots already like going off.
All right. So then I'm a bit free.
Yeah. Okay. Calavendra, Effrey.
I try to wriggle out,
Okay.
or like kind of fruitlessly for a moment, and then I guess my dagger is already consumed by the roots, so I start just saying, "Help! Help! I'm stuck!"
Herga.
And Herga hears these calls for help, and he throws himself from the tree, and he's got his 2 hand axes, and he would like to start smashing at the vines.
Yeah, you jump off, you run towards the group, and as we said, like you need 1 round, so it's next round again in Calavendra. You can try to free yourself completely.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, is it my turn next?
Yeah, I didn't get to.
Alright, I'm gonna cut these roots off of me now.
Another damage roll. Let's see.
6. And
4, so it's 10.
Okay, it's good. So basically, you use your daggers and you just like free yourself from the roots, and you're now completely free. The rest of the roots kind of like stop living, like they're just like
Dead.
don't move anymore. Effrey's like while you're looking, you see that like the roots are now consuming your upper body, and like the roots are like growing at your throat, kinda.
I try to I use my arms before my arms get stuck. I use my arms to protect
Smart. Very smart.
throat, and then like kind of just keep wriggling to try and make sure that they can't get a good hold on me, while like I'm looking to see where Herger is.
Herger, your turn.
Herger charges at you and swings his hand axes, and
Roll
I think
some
it's 1d6 plus 3, please.
Six.
You can attack with both of them, by the way.
Oh, 3.
Are you
So
sure?
9. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so somehow I do less than the filthy rogue. And it's 9 damage in total.
Okay, so like you start with the upper body and like you hack free, and every gets like upper body is free again. Like the the feet are still there, but like just next round you just hack off the rest, and also these roots just start. Well, stop actually. Just stop moving.
We angered the druids. We shouldn't have come to their forest.
That's one possible explanation.
Whose idea was this?
Unfortunately, Calavandra, you're awake. Good.
Calavandra, how are you?
What happened?
I don't know. I was being very vigilant on the tree, and I just was able to save you from being eaten by the trees.
Yeah, but last time I saw I was being eaten by a spider, so what happened?
I saved you. Didn't you remember?
No, I was unconscious.
Herger was indeed very heroic.
And I give you a big hug.
And she's just like squeezing.
We should get going. Looks like the druids don't want us to rest here. Have you had enough sleep?
No.
Not really. I'm not likely. Well, I don't think we're likely to before we get back to Maena. I wish that Deoch, I go over to Deoch and just slap him in the face.
Can we tell where the vines are coming from? Are they coming out of the earth? Is it like roots, or is it like?
So you follow the roots, and they're just emerging from other plants in the area. So some came from like a bush, one came actually from a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still possible to see the tracks?
Yes.
Oh, Kevin's tracks.
Yeah.
Kevin's tracks. We need to.
They're not dried.
Sorry.
They're not fresh anymore. They're just dried out. And like if there's a strong wind, for example, or rain again, then it's very likely that these tracks get muddied and like just vanish at some point.
Here's the thing: we're too far away from Maena to try to track back at this point. It sounds like a stupid idea, but I think the best thing for us is to move forward to try to make contact with the druids.
What do you mean, stupid idea? That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh,
Well, that tells me about everything I need to know. Still, it's better than trying to track back around around the forest or through the spider cave, or we're not even sure we're allowed back into Maena anyway.
I am sure this Kevin fella, he's gonna try to make contact with the other Kevins. And maybe we can follow him and then find our way back to civilization. Could I make like a nature check to see if the root thing has to do with druids? Is that something they're famous for? Or do I know that? Or because in Skellige we also have druids?
Well, what you know from Skellige is that druids are typically using magic more related to nature. So it's about manipulation of beasts, manipulation of nature. So this could be some. Yeah, this could have to do something with the druids. Yeah.
Okay. I think this could have something to do with the druids.
It could.
I think I said this earlier already.
Alright, let's follow the tracks before something happens to get rid of them. I guess we'll drag Deoch along and I slap him again and then kick him.
Deoch is more or less like in this kind of like zombie mode. He'll accompany you, but he's very exhausted and like probably isn't much of a help here.
Mm-hmm. As we go, can we look for food?
Yeah.
And maybe if there's like very fresh animal tracks, Not that I want to start a great hunt or something, but if there's something close by that we happen to stumble upon, I'd
You can make a
maybe like-
survival check.
All right. D20 plus 4. Oh, 22.
That's good. So yeah, there is actually food in the area. The forest is pretty rich on animals anyway, and there's a lot of stuff growing, so you can pick up mushrooms, you can pick up a lot of berries, you can pick up roots. There is even like wild potatoes, for example. So it's you can actually it's more like a buffet. You just need to pick what you want to hunt for.
I am personally okay avoiding the meat and just having like roots and berries and potatoes, but
I am not worthy of the potatoes, but all the other things I'd be willing to collect.
I still have my ration.
Do I have like a bucket or something? I want to prepare like an
With a
every
backpack.
bucket.
we have the bags.
Backpack.
Yeah, I wanted to make like. I guess. Is my tinderbox still full? I used it to light
Yeah,
my torch.
sure.
Okay, well. I was hoping you say no, it's empty, then I wouldn't have had bad conscience. Because I wanted to make like a little care package for every, where I put all the stuff that I find and then I can give it to you.
I think you can make something.
Maybe there's like, I don't know. It's like a piece of. It could be in the forest so you can collect things in.
A nest, a bird nest.
A nest? Yes! A bird nest. There surely has to be like a bird nest.
Sure.
and I collect everything and I bring it to Efri and say, here, so you don't have to go hungry anymore. Your friend from Skellige will always look after you.
So you slowed down.
Thank you, Helga.
You slowed down considerably. Therefore, like it took definitely like 2 hours or something, but therefore you now have at least a ration, everyone, and every one of you gets food, which helps you to not be that exhausted anymore. And well,
I do ask, like, I thank Helga for the food, and then I'm like, why is it in a bird's nest?
It's a gift. You don't look a gifted bird's nest in the nest.
that's what
You don't
happens
do
when a German tries to convert a German saying into English.
But Gudrun's voice line also says you don't look a gifted longship in the moor or something. So
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, ha.
Fair enough. All right, well, thank you. Yeah. While we walk, Efri starts eating as gracefully as she can.
This is what alcohol.
Also, if you've finished your food, you can use the bird's nest as a hat if it rains.
Thank you, Helga. Much appreciated. I will keep that in mind. When Helga's not looking, I return the bird nest to the forest.
Okay.
I bet you it's going to rain later. You're going to regret it.
Yeah, probably.
No, but what's happening is like you move on. It's now around 5 in the evening already. You just follow the tracks. They're pretty clearly visible. But as it gets like later and later, like say around 6ish or something, after you move a considerable amount of space already, the fog which you encountered yesterday also starts slowly like rising again in the forest.
It seems our druid friends are eager to protect themselves. I guess, maybe. Honestly, I'm not sure. I've only read about druids. I've never had any contact with them.
Maybe this is just a coincidence.
Maybe. Just
I heard
as
that's
likely
maybe-
as not.
Yeah, Helga's getting very serious. It's like, I don't believe in coincidences.
But everyone can make a history check if you want, or if she wants to see like what they know about druids.
Yes, your mine is one.
Why am I minus? I got a 1, but not a natural one. Okay.
I got a 16.
Helga, you got +1.
+1. 11.
Yeah, I mean, like Calavandra, you know the basic stuff like druid, nature, animals. Like they try to preserve nature, blah blah blah. But Lothari goes a bit deeper, and Lothari focuses a bit more on the spell aspect of druids instead of like around it, because you learned about like how druids utilize like their magic to do what they do. And what you know is that typically they are all about letting nature runs its way. So they're not about like mind controlling animals, and they're not in the minds of the animals like doing so that they do what they want, but they're more or less trying to set up a start condition, and then everything runs its course. And what happens then, they typically don't watch over that closely. If of course things go out of control, then they regulate again, but they just regulate at one point, and then they let it run its natural course again. So it's you know.
But concerning like is there anything to suggest that they're particularly protective of where they set up, like using the weather and the plant life to root people away from?
Yeah, you can say that, especially for foreigners or people they don't know or trust.
Yeah. So I make the assumption then, and tell Helga and Calavandra and Dale, if he's listening, that this is probably part of a defense mechanism, and we just have to try to break through it. But not break through it.
Wait, so did you say this to Helga or to Calavandra?
Everyone.
And I just hear break through it, and I'm like, yes.
No, don't break through.
No.
Tread carefully. Be respectful. At
But
least
the druids attacked us first. It was the same with the spiders. Kevin warned us. He would say, if we disturbed the forest would turn against us. But we never disturbed anyone. The forest turned against us anyway. I don't know what you did to your forests here in the mainland, but in Skellige, the forests, they don't treat you like this. This forest should know that Helga brought his great axe, and he's not afraid of using it.
I mean, we did disturb the spiders.
How do we disturb the spiders?
We went into their cave.
But
started
they must
cutting
surely
through
know-
their home.
Kevin was Kevin.
Yes, that was the point. No
Surely the
one's
spiders
blaming
must
you,
realize-
Helga.
Surely the spiders must realize it was Kevin. So, I don't want to sound like a weakling, but we've been going for a long time without a proper rest. At least I have, and I want to protect you as much as I could. So before we run into the next great foe, I don't mind dying for the cause, but I don't want to run into another spider's nest without having rested maybe for like a little bit. Is there any way for us to find a safe
You're
space?
quite right, yeah. You're quite right, and we would mind if you died for the cause.
You can make another
Much
survival
rather
check.
you live for the cause.
You can make
No, I
another
guess
survival check to check where like there's a suitable place.
You said that as like an aside, but Helga is really moved that somebody, like, he doesn't show it, he turns around, but he's like fighting tears that somebody said they wouldn't mind if he died.
So survival check, you got 21.
I got a 21?
Yeah.
Easy.
Because you have Calavandra's dice now, nice, okay.
But I have seen it here, it's actually true.
I've got
You've got a
2. Survival, -1.
oh, you got yeah, so Calavandra has a 2, I've got a 21.
Okay, so basically what's happening is you decide to go for look for a nice resting space, and Calavandra is like, yeah, there by the river, there where the trees are really like dark and like looking dangerous. That's probably a good place while Helga is like, yeah, or maybe when we go up there like the little hill and we can oversee the surroundings, that's probably a bit better because we're secured. So that's kind of like the two options you have here.
I mean, I rolled a 2, so...
Yeah.
You got the better knowledge of where to go sleep.
Yeah. Can we hit the options again?
Let's just go up the hill.
Yes, it sounds like a great option. Let's
Awesome.
go up the hill, away from these filthy trees.
So
And the people
you make your way up there. You prepare camp. What's the watch order this time?
I suppose. Can we use?
Sorry.
Can we use Deoch as a watch person, or is he still out of it? I guess I have to sit. I guess I have to sit and watch then for a little while.
You haven't still recovered any spell slots though, by the way.
I put my hand on Efri's shoulder and say, "No, you go sleep."
The point is that you haven't slept for a while, Herger. It's your turn to rest. You've been so heroic today.
I still go to sleep because I am still weak.
Yeah, you sleep, rest. I'll do some reading and.
But you wake me up first thing if anything suspicious is happening.
I'll throw your tinderbox at you.
Okay, fair enough. And I thankfully fall asleep.
Okay.
And we do.
So then every constitution check. Because you actually don't have this advantage anymore because you have the food. You're still a bit tired, so it's like a bit harder for you. But it's just okay because like Herger's food package, or how's it called? The bird's nest package was actually satisfying. It's a 20.
Natural 20.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so you keep watch, and it's actually pretty hard watch because the fog is pretty dense, but you have a good spot of where you camp, so it's also easier for you to just like look around. Sometimes you get up. Sometimes you feel like there is something in the mist, but then when you look close, it's just like an animal just passing by, and it's a bit creepy for you because you haven't like had the scenery since outside of Aretusa, so it's like a very new feeling for you.
Do I have any supplies on me? I don't. Damn. Never mind. I was gonna say, Efri like might try to channel that feeling and do some painting, but I don't have any supplies.
Also, if you start painting, then maybe
am I not keeping watch?
You're not keeping watch. That's good.
Around. Yeah. Okay. Never mind then.
Awesome.
Efri just keeps watch.
So when do you wanna like? It's dark now. It's night now. It's probably midnight already. Like, when do you wanna switch?
You just wake me up whenever you feel like it.
I mean, for the sake of freshness, are you okay with a short rest, Herger? Mechanically speaking.
I mean, if we talk about mechanics, let me check my. I think I need a long rest to recover my rage. Is that correct, Renee?
Yeah.
Yeah, and hit point
Efri, like that's fair. Having been given a long rest herself, Efri returns the favor and
but at midnight,
lets Herger keep sleeping.
But
midnight, maybe
a long rest would already be there, like because if you go to bed at 6, 6 plus 6 is 12.
Okay. Well, then at midnight I wake Herger back up again, and I also take the time to check Calavandra's wounds to see whether there's any leftover problems with the venom or anything.
No, she's very resilient, so it's fine. So actually, Calavandra and her can roll hit points as well. So Calavandra, it's like the 8 plus Constitution. For Herger, it's I think
D12 probably.
Yeah, let me see. D12 plus Constitution.
D12.
I've got plus 4, plus 2. Yeah, plus 2, sorry, not plus 2. Yeah, D12 plus 2.
8.
I get 8.
What was me? D6.
You had a D. Does Calavandra have a D6 or D8?
D8. That's either an 8 or a 1.
It's an 8 plus 2.
Of course it is.
What did I get? I forgot.
That's 6 plus 2 is 8.
So, yeah, so you get more. Classic.
What do you add to mine?
Yeah, I can add to yours, you can add 8 to mine. You get 10?
Yes.
Jesus. Yeah. Calavandra's on tank.
I'm higher than you now.
Yeah, you're higher than me.
Okay, so who's to take the next rest? Watch.
I guess.
I think Calavandra seems like she's in good shape.
Oh, am I now?
You're in good shape.
Alright, I guess it's my turn.
Can you check my rages? I think they've recovered. With
Where's it?
features. Yeah, can take them away.
Okay. Then make a Constitution saving throw, and then
Why'd you put it on? Constitution? 15.
so stay awake. And like it's going later and later. It's 2, 3, and at some point you hear something. You like get up and you look down, like where you actually thought you wanted to camp, like where the river was and the dangerous trees, and you actually see a bear wandering around there, and it's just like hiding, like going back into the undergrowth, and but nothing happens. And at some point, like the fog also gets lighter again, and like the sun slowly starts to rise. And Herga and Effie can reroll hit points again.
Yes, do it.
And Effie has now regained her spell slots.
No, 1d8 pistol, 1d12 pistol.
I know, but it's only for you, is it?
No, this is a d8, right?
Yeah, it's a D8.
Yeah, it's for you.
Okay, yeah, then I drew threw an 8.
Another 10 points
Another 10
to you.
for me.
Oh, what is mine?
But
The
Calvin
D12?
doesn't regain hit points.
Yeah, that's something. You threw a 12.
Oh, I've got a 12.
That's
Easy.
good. So
12 plus 2.
That's plus
Yeah.
Constitution.
14. Easy.
14.
Yes, full HP.
Nice, good. And next day.
Yes. Adventure time!
Yeah,
Yeah,
My
we're
fingers
all-
are ready. Like lusting blood of Kevins and spiders and trees.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
Kevin. Like if you go down the tracks, like what you see already is that over the night's mud, like the wetness, the tracks now, like they're not as clear as before.
If they are still even remotely trackable,
Yes.
we have to, because that's our only way through.
Okay. Then you just move by the tracks. Okay, you go on.
I would say, like, is there a way... I would say, I don't know whether this is just for role-playing purposes or not, that we try to pick up the pace a little bit so that we're not here. Now that we're all fully on our feet again, so that we're not intruding for too long, we try to...
Yeah, we have to be running.
You have 3 options. Going silently, which means like you have people. Nothing can surprise you really. You can make self checks. Normal pace, and then there's quick pace where you actually have a penalty on like surprises and stuff.
Let's do quick pace.
You
I don't
think...
care about surprises. We just need to move. We need to catch this
What?
dwarf. I've had enough of this forest with vines attacking us. Why didn't the vines didn't attack us anymore because we were up the hill, right? That was kind of
You don't know.
So we
I
need to
would
find
say-
Kevin before the forest catches him.
But
I would agree.
you want the forest to catch him?
But then Herga can't catch him.
But it slows him down for us to catch up.
That's a good point.
Okay, so you're moving at a very quick pace, like you're going, like you're following the tracks. You're kind of like rushing nearly through the forest, and you go up, and that is a wood, beautiful drawn by me, and that's like the kind of like scenario that we currently have. You're coming from the west, and you're moving like here, and when you're like passing this tree, suddenly like you hear a bursting through the underbrush, and there are like 4 little archospores like jumping out of the side
What?
from the oops,
Arcus
what's
to
that?
the rescue.
Damn it,
Yeah.
Larry.
Like they're kind of like here. Oops, where's the other one? Oh, there it is. And then you can already roll initiative if you want to.
I think you have +3. And I've got +1.
So you want to go first or me?
First you.
I rolled a 7 again.
Not me.
7.
I rolled 9. You rolled 10.
Yeah.
My
Calavander's got
eternal My eternal initiative roll. Every time you ask for initiative, just assume it's 7 from now on.
So how was the walking order kind of like?
I would say,
I
think Helga was the most.
yeah, I would say as usual.
Okay,
with the Efri.
like this or?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like the situation you're currently in. Efri has 7. Herga had what?
Haga at 10.
10, and Calvendra
9.
9. Okay. So while you're rushing through the underbrush, you see the Archispore sprouting out of the thickness, and they're just like shooting some spiky things at you. And they're actually like before you, so they're already shooting.
Who's being hit by what?
So Herga is going to hit by this one, and like this one probably hits Efri. So let's roll some damage. So Efri gets hit by 6, and Herga gets hit by 7.
6, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Helga laughs at the face of the Archispore. Yes.
And it's battle time. Okay, so first one is Herga for exchange.
Okay, I fly into a rage because these things they keep me from my pursuit of finding Kevin, and I throw myself at the first one with my axe.
Like this
and
one?
I try to cut it down, right? Rooted stem.
Okay, so you're just going there and you try to you roll an attack.
Yes. D20. That's plus what? Plus 5?
Yeah.
That's an amazing 11.
Amazing. What is like you try to hit the Archispore, but like the Archispore like tries to like moves a bit out of the way for a plant. That's very interestingly, and you hit the ground like next to it, while the Archispore is like kind of like looking at you. It doesn't have a face, but it's like she just like orientates towards you. And then it's Calvendra's turn.
Alright, I'm also running to the one on the right. To where Haga is, yeah. And I want to use my... I almost said axe too. My daggers.
Yeah. You actually have advantage against it because Herga already attacks it. That's like your benefit is as a rogue.
Alright. What was that?
But actually, like everyone gets advantage on a roll if someone already attacks something.
I see what.
Mm-hmm. 1d4.
Yeah, but first I have to roll a...
D20, oh yeah.
Yeah. So 14 on the D20.
And another one for the second attack.
Oh, that's less.
So that's 8.
Okay, it's like your first attack hits, and you can roll damage plus the sneak attack bonus.
D4.
Mm-hmm.
So 6.
6. Are you attacking with one dagger or 2?
Oh,
One.
didn't the one miss?
Oh, except the second one I missed.
Yeah.
Because I thought you had advantage or something.
Oh, you could roll twice. That's true.
On the D4.
Yeah.
So 2 6s. No,
7.
7.
7 with
What?
D4.
6
And
6 and 3. 9 in
Nine.
total. 9 in total.
with the
Sorry.
2d6 extra rogue damage.
Oh, 2d6 extra rogue damage? What?
Yeah, she's already level 3 now.
Oh my god, that's OP.
So one is 3.
And then the other one?
I would call it gang up. Because that's what it is.
Okay. So yeah, 5 extra damage on top of that, so 14 in total.
Okay, it's pretty nice. So while Herga like draws the attention of the Archispore, Calavendra comes from behind and like just hits the stem of the Archispore and already like kind of tries to cut through it, but the stem is really thick. But you really made like a big how I say like hit into it. Yeah. So the one Archispore definitely doesn't hold long. And then it's Efri's time.
I really didn't want to set the entire forest on fire, but I guess I'll cast Anya.
Sure, do it.
At the one behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I tried to hit it from the top, not the root, to try and stop the fire from spreading, but I don't know whether I need to aim at it first.
Yeah, you need to make a range, just like a ranged attack.
So D20 plus Dex?
Is it though? What? Let me see. Because you actually
I don't know.
It's +5. That's what it says here.
Oh, that's the hit. Yeah, I always forget how this works.
It's on your actions, and there you can see Enya.
I rolled a 9.
So, as you cast the firebolt with Enya onto the Archospore, you see that the Archospore, you're not sure how to express fear in a plant, but as like the fireball misses it, the Archospore wriggles a lot more than before. So, yeah, that's that. And then the Archospore start firing again at you.
Yeah, I shout, more behind us!
That's a natural 1. Oh. 2 natural 1s after each other. Oh, that's a disaster. Okay. So this one tries to hit Herga, and it just misses. And this one, who actually looked at Herga and fixated on this, was so distracted by Calvendra's hit, and that it actually just froze its whatever it shoots, this leaf thing, and this as well. And kind of while Herga tries to dodge out of the way, both kind of hit each other right into their kind of faces. I'm not sure how to describe it. What an Archospore has there. So you just witnessed the first friendly fire of Archospores in ever.
I believe the appropriate term would be a maw. M-A-W.
And the one actually from which Calvendra hit is actually going down by the friendly fire.
Oh, nice.
So this Archospore is no more.
Friendly fire.
And then it's Herga's turn. And while you just see the Archospore falling to the ground, you hear a shriek up in the air.
In the air? Can I see what's up there?
Sure. So you use an action to look up, and
yeah, I do.
Sure.
I want to see what's up there.
What you see is from this little thing here, a wyvern is emerging down in you.
This is starting to become a fight of my liking.
Wait, did the Archospores all increase their strength by 1 because a higher Thrive unit has hit the board?
They seem maybe a bit more motivated, I don't know.
Can I still throw an axe at the wyvern?
Also, Archospore doesn't have Thrive. I mean, in which world are you living?
Oh, wait, sorry, yeah. I haven't played Gwent for a while.
Okay, so it's Calavendra's turn now.
Oh,
wait, that was my
Herga's
turn?
turn. Yeah, no, you just have one action. You used one action too. So.
Yeah. Isn't it like a bonus action to look upwards?
Yeah, this one you actually searched for the... But,
okay, so is it close enough to the ground that I can throw an axe at it?
Well, you have the big axe right now. You would need to drop the axe and pick the other one first, right? Except you want to throw the big one.
It's not made for throwing. It's an inner conflict for Herga because he sees it like a dragon-like creature, needs to slay it. In confusion, I turn around and I jump with all my rage at the next Archospore with my great axe. Is it in range for me to get it still? Yes. I'm gonna strike that one down.
Okay, so roll then.
Oh, that looks good.
14 plus.
19.
Okay, that's good. Roll damage.
Alright, that's a D12.
12.
Oh my god, plus. Yes, 15 damage.
Kill it.
I was so excited from the one. I let it all out on the Archospore. It's like...
You're like, oh! And you hack it down to the ground while the Archospore just flows into free direction and just stops moving. Okay. Then it's Calavendra's turn.
Maybe I should have shouted something about the wyvern.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
since I was next to Hager, I saw him look up and probably saw the wyvern too. Or I
Well,
did see the
as
wyvern.
he looked up and like looked at something big, you just turn your head. That's kind of like your bonus action now.
Yeah. So, can I take out my short bow? Because I want to take out this wyvern.
You drop your daggers and just like grab for your short bow, but then you can't
Yeah.
like shoot in the same turn.
Oh no! But I'll still get my bow ready for the wyvern.
Yes. So you
I bet you the
and you
pass.
aim.
It's gonna stay there.
Oh, the wyvern land?
No, not yet.
Sorry.
Oh.
Did you ask if the wyvern
No,
landed?
I'm predicting it's gonna fly away and kill the bonus enemy.
Effrey, what do you do?
I shoot another Anya.
Okay.
Seven.
Yeah, the same thing as before happens. Like the Archispore is really like wriggles again as the firebolt misses the Archispore, and what happens then is that they just burrow into the ground, both of them.
Oh.
But the Wyvern drops down on Calavendra, which just is the
no.
nearest target. Let's see.
The bow is bad.
So she tries to hit you twice, but like one actually misses, so you only hit one. And when it comes down, she doesn't, or the Wyvern doesn't try to bite you, but she just tries to claw at you and take you up. And like she claws like her its big claws into your shoulder, like near the spider bit, so it's like hurts even more. And as she like tries to go out, like she takes a bit of flesh with it as you take 11 damage.
With 11 damage? What did you do? How do you let yourself be attacked by a wyvern? I'm almost dead again.
Well, that's probably because Herga just
19.
charges off again into the fray, not protecting his people. But yeah, maybe that's that.
Oh. Well, you were at 19, so -5. You can't fool me.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to do the math. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Okay. And then it's Herga's turn.
So I see the wyvern. Is it already lifting off with the?
Yeah, it's basically is it a process of lifting off while she just clawed.
Okay, I'm tossing my great axe to the side, and I'm going full charge, and I want to jump at the wyvern to wrestle it down to the ground.
Sure, make a grappling attack. I think you have advantage, right? Because rage thing.
Yes, I'm still in rage. I can do it again.
So two.
That thing's broken.
For Calavandra,
Advantage 3 times, right? So it's 12.
Okay, so you try to grab the wyvern, but the wyvern is just like trying lifting off, and while you try to grab it, like it's already gone, and it moves up. It moves up and like circles again, looking for a new prey.
Oh wait, did you take Calavandra?
No, she didn't. Like she just like clawed off some.
Oh, I thought it was like grabbing.
Yeah, it tried to.
Okay.
Effrey kind of just turns around and looks at the wyvern as it flies off and around, like with an actual expression of awe. It's like, oh, that's cool. That's a real life wyvern.
Okay, next round.
Yeah, that's it. That's all Effrey does.
Okay,
She just sits there and looks at it as it
I wanted
flies
to
off.
be the one. I'm gonna try it again. I want to be the one who started a wyvern.
Okay, meanwhile, the Archispore emerge again, this time around here.
Oh no.
Well, they're probably like around here. And they start attacking. Natural 20. Okay.
No. What goes around comes around, I guess.
This just like fires, like tries to hit Calavandra, but just like hits anywhere. But this one like looks for the nearest target and looks for Herger, and attacks Herga.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a grandiose critical hit of 10 points of damage.
Do I still have rage?
Yeah.
Then I only take 50% of the damage,
Yes,
actually.
I think so.
Yeah. It's an 8.
Mhm.
Yep, alright. Take it like a Skelliger.
Is this wyvern still like close by?
Yeah, about the wyvern. So now the wyvern is actually circling around. There is like too much going on here, so it like looks for a new target and like just tries to drop on Efri. Which looks at it in awe.
Yeah, Efri is still looking at it as it's flying towards her.
And like the first attack misses again, but the second attack, similar to Calavandra, is coming down. It tries to claw you as well, and it does 9 points of damage to you.
Oh, well, I'm down.
Oh,
Oof.
already.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
What is out?
Okay, what you see here is that the wyvern actually manages to grab hold on Efri, takes her a bit up into the air, but then like just loses like the grip a bit, and like Efri just falls down on the ground and
Yep. Rolls
there.
to the floor, stays
no.
very still. I would like, in case it's important though, Green Cricket, I would like to have some inspiration for playing to character, please.
Oh yeah,
For being too taken aback by the wyvern to do anything
yeah, we
about
can
it.
do that. Like I think that's fine. I always forget inspiration, to be honest. So I think it's a good
Yeah.
one.
I can't remember exactly what that
gives you
feat
advantage.
for me is called, but
Okay, so
I
next
remember taking it.
yeah, next round is Herga again.
Alright, so I see what the wyvern did to Efri and angers Herga greatly, and he lets go of his Splendor Wrestle and he grabs his hand axes and he wants to throw himself again at the wyvern and then strike it down
Okay.
to for retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get there? Yeah.
Yeah.
20? Oh, that one's gotta be it. That's like 19 plus my attack modifier, so
Oh, yeah.
24. Yeah,
One.
but it's still mine.
Yeah.
24.
Hit it.
And then
I hit it. So D6, 2 D6s, and 1 plus 3. So it's 7 and 8. I think in total 8
Okay.
points.
So while the wyvern is like going upwards and like lifting Efri off the ground, you just jump at it, hit it in the back. This is actually why Efri falls to the ground, because you hit it. And you leave a wound onto the wyvern, and as the wyvern shrieks, it probably didn't expect something to hit it.
Yeah. And I also see if I'm in rage, I get 2 melee damage with strength weapons.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that
It's 10 then.
each attack? Only once for the entire round.
I think each.
Say
That one
that
would-
again.
It says +2 melee damage with strength weapons. So the question is, does it, because I'm attacking with 2 hand axes, it's +4?
I would imagine that's with each, but we can check.
Yeah.
So that would be
Yeah.
damage.
It's +2.
So on top of what I said, it's 4 extra damage.
Mhm.
12 on top of that.
So it's 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, like the wyvern really is surprised and like shrieks and like flies off, and it like circles around, but like currently is a bit waiting here. What does Calavandra do?
alright, so I got my bow out still.
Mhm.
I want to attack the Arcus ball that's
Okay.
on the
Hit it.
right. Right. Good. Where's the thing? So roll d20. It's 18.
You hit it.
26. So 7 points of damage.
Okay. So like the Arcus circles, currently waiting, and you look up the bow, hit it right into the chest, and this is the moment where the Arcus stops like flying around and just like takes off into the north, not wanting to risk any more damage, it seems. And for now, the Arcus is at least off
Okay.
the radar.
So you wait. It's we just shoot the wyvern away, right?
Yes.
Okay, I guess then you attack the wyvern.
Yeah.
Oh, you're making a kill count?
No. She said she was attacking the Arcus, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
It's good.
sorry.
Let's make it the wyvern. No. It's the wyvern. It's fine.
And the Arcaspore starting attack.
One.
The Arcaspore really not good rolling, so they both try to hit you, but like both just like shoot next to trees.
No.
I guess it's that time. Wait, am I not doing a saving throw?
Oh yeah, you can do.
Yeah. For the record, for anyone who's curious, the thing that gave me inspiration was my character flaw, and I quote, "Most people scream and run when they see a demon. I stop and take notes on its anatomy." Right, it's just D20, right?
Yeah.
Can I use inspiration
Sure.
on death saving throws?
Why not?
No, 19.
Good. One for you. Holger then.
All right. I see there's 2 Arcaspores left. That's one for each of my axes. They are throwing axes technically.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Have they been hit? Have I noticed anything? That they're like wounded?
I
They
don't
look
know.
wounded.
Well, this
No.
one is. This one. Wait, sorry. No, both are fine. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, they're fine. Okay, no. I'm just like throwing myself at the one that's attacking Caliban
Okay,
to save her.
you do that.
So D20. Oh, I've got advantage, I think, because of rage.
Mhm.
So another one. Oh, natural 20.
That's good. Roll damage then.
Which one is it?
D6.
Basically, what you do, you roll all the dice twice and then add your modifier to it.
All the roll. Okay. So.
Twice.
And then another one. So that's 7. That's 9. That's 15. Plus 3 is 18.
Yeah,
plus
stop it, kill
4
it.
for the rage.
It's so dead. It's so
That
dead.
was 22 damage.
Okay, you can kill it
Hacking myself at this thing.
again. Like, okay, good,
One that's attacking
Oh.
me. Just like shredding through it.
good. This one is dead then. Calavandra.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot my bow at the next one.
Yes.
Goes, you can-
Alright. Oh, let me just check. So 16 on the D20.
You hit.
So 1d6. And then 8 points of damage.
Okay, so the Arcaspore, you just hit it right like in the big part of the Arcaspore, and you cut out a bit of whatever it's called, stem, while the arrow just goes straight through, and yeah, then it's the Arcaspore turn. Last time, I guess, shooting at Herga with a 19, doing 8 points of damage.
Ooh, you almost did. Very nice. Alright.
Good, then it's Herga again.
I am still going to do another death saving
Ah,
throw.
yeah, sure. I actually, like, to be honest, like, I didn't think... you probably won't die here, I guess. But
Well, now you've said it.
Oh, you know you jinxed it. I'm not gonna hit anything else. I can pain.
I did manage to roll a 13. That's 2.
nice.
All right. So yeah, I throw myself, of course, in the blood rage that I'm in. I just like I have such a hate for this forest at this point that it keeps throwing its inhabitants at me, even though I never did anything to it. That I launched myself at the Arcaspore. I want to dance with it.
Dance, dance.
Dance. No, another one. I got advantage. That's not that much better. It's 13 is the best one.
Yeah, you kind of like barely hit it.
I told you jinxed. Oh, I barely. I do.
You barely hit it.
Okay, so you can roll damage.
Which one is it again?
D6.
5.
5 plus 7 is 10. And then the 4, so 14.
Nice. Okay, you killed it as well.
Yes. The, like bleed. Like, can I imagine a green goo from the plant like everywhere? And
Yes, of course. You know what the funny thing is? Like Archospores are so like vulnerable to fire. I thought like Effie is just making like short notice of all the Archospore, but nope.
Did not account for my rolling skill.
Okay, Archospores are dead. Like the Wyvern is chased off, and Effie is lying on the ground.
I will make that one last throw, hopefully. Oh no, I rolled a crit 1!
No!
Good. So she's like on the brink of death. Nice.
Oh, shoot.
no! Shit.
But the fight is over?
Fight is over.
Yeah.
I think,
So-
like, how does it work? Do I still have to keep rolling until I get 3 of 1?
Yeah, kind of like no, like the natural 1 counts as 2, so to say.
Yeah, so I have 2 failures and 2
Yes,
successes.
yes. But like the
So
fight is
now-
over, so they can rush to your aid.
We rush to your rescue. And I go to Effie and shake her. I'm like, Effie, stay with us!
It's a 50-50 on whether Effie dies right here, everyone.
Can't we help her? Like,
No?
I think we can give her advantage if we help.
No, you can actually do a medicine check,
Medicine.
and you have
Yes,
like still herbs and stuff from the tower.
I didn't realize that stopped a death saving throw.
Yes,
I
it
don't-
does. It's stabilizing, basically.
Okay.
It's one of
Yeah,
the
I
classic
think-
uses of medicine.
14.
Yeah, that's enough. There you go. Done.
Yes.
Oh,
You're
so
still
I stabilize with
I'm
1.
just like, shoving her mouth open and pushing in medicine. And then I'm like running the chewing thing.
Are you sure this is the right thing?
She doesn't
Yes,
swallow. You kill Effie because she chokes on what you're trying to shove down her mouth.
No, I'm like, isn't there like a way to make people swallow? Like,
You got
Yeah,
like.
no.
you-
I'm rubbing the throat.
Mm.
and with that, actually, you wake up Effie. Like you choke. You.
Yeah.
Effie, you're back.
That was a wyvern.
That was a
That
real
was
one.
a real life wyvern.
I know, right? I almost
That's-
rested to the ground.
That's amazing. Ow, I hurt.
What happened to your shoulder, Calavandra? And there's like a chunk of flesh missing.
Oh, I don't know. That same wyvern did this to me.
You need to apply more medicine to the chunk of flesh missing, so it's like either hopefully grows back eventually, or
You
at
can
least it is not infected.
you can do another medicine check on both of them to like try to do your best so they can heal the wound themselves.
Yeah, so 16 on Calavandra
That's good.
and 17 on Nefri.
Good. Nice. Let's see what your next regeneration will do. But it definitely helps. It feels really good what he applies to your shoulder.
Mm.
It burns a bit at the beginning, but like afterwards it's like, oh yeah, okay.
It's more of the stuff that I chew in my mouth first, and then I spit it out and I apply it to the. I just want to point that out.
Effie doesn't complain.
At this point, you
Effie-
guys realize it helps.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's the same
Effie's
one.
just like
Mhm.
gritting her teeth,
This
I'm
is how we
thinking
do it on
about-
Skelligan.
thinking about how cool it is that she's seen a real life wyvern. Did you see its wings, its claws, its teeth?
Oh, I think Calavandra
They were
gets it.
they were so,
Close.
But it also got to
Close.
see my axes.
yeah, they were so close. They were the last thing I saw before I blacked out.
Before I forget it, I grab my axe on the ground.
Yes. I was thinking you would do that.
Oh my god.
I turn around and I curse Dior for not being enough use during the fight.
Diog in the fight
Yeah.
was like running at the Archospore, then it borrowed, then he ran to the next Archospore, then it was
Yeah.
already dead. Then he tried to ready his bow at the Wyvern, then it already flew off, and he was like, ah.
How guys, like Diog was as much use in this fight as it was in any other fight before.
Okay.
Even though that's not quite true, like he says it joking because he does remember the Quen and fire. That was quite badass. Helga liked that.
Okay. Good. So, Ryan should be here in a minute, by the way. Okay. What do you do now? Like the tracks go even more east.
Haga, are we still following these tracks?
I will follow them until the day that we find Kevin,
Or
the day I will
druids.
perish by the hands of the forest creatures or claws.
Oh, no.
Are you going right now, or you want to do another rest in between?
Maybe a rest is in order.
Okay.
This seems like a
Another
great
one.
place to be attacked by the vines again.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe we should try to find something else better.
Okay.
You think the vines can attack us when we sleep on top of?
Well, maybe we can find another hilltop. It's
That's-
worth a search. I'm fine. It's fine.
Have you ever heard of
my magic?
Have you ever heard of wyverns and archespores living in harmony and attacking together? Isn't this suspicious?
It could also be coincidental. The wyvern drawn here by the noise we were making fighting the
Yeah, I don't believe in
spores.
coincidence.
It's
Maybe.
or the druids are testing us, and we just need to prove our mettle by carrying on no matter what,
Yes!
or until we die.
Yes! Yes, it is a test. They're testing our strength. They're testing if they're worthy for the forest. Let's move on. Let's see if we can find another creature to slay, so the druids like us more.
So no rest.
I'm going to do something incredibly stupid. I am going to try to heal my wounds using the reconstructive magic that Trisha has been teaching me through this book.
Yes, you can try to do that.
Is it an Arcana check?
Oh yes, it is.
Okay, Effrey, focus. This is not the time to roll any lower than a 10, okay? You can do this. I'm psyched up, I'm ready to go. I wish I'd saved my inspiration for this roll. I rolled a 10 exactly. Wait, that's a 15. Sorry, I forgot to add the bonus.
Okay, that's very okay. So what are you trying to achieve here?
Basically, I'm using myself as a test subject to see whether I can do what the book has been teaching me to do, to heal the wounds by stitching everything back together again, without growing an incredible amount of hair on my shoulder. Would be nice.
Okay. So, let me see. What can we do?
I've gone back to pixels. Do I have to swap to Western Europe again?
I have no idea, but for me it's fine. Like, I see you. The stream health is fine. I don't know.
Meh.
I think it's a Discord
It's a
thing.
Discord thing.
Okay, I'll just leave it as is then.
Maybe it comes back. I don't know. Okay, cool. So what are you doing? Like you're trying to transform again, and it's very like you already know by now that like it all has to do with the polymorph spell, and you're trying to do a sub variant kind of like of the polymorph spell to like just modify parts and like let stuff grow together kind of, and you're actually pretty okay with it. You're not full efficient, but you're trying to regenerate like the tissue there. It doesn't have the color as you would like to be, so it's not like white flesh, but it's more like black flesh. But at least like the flesh comes together, and you now like have like a big black flesh up there. But you also regain some hit points, and you regain 7 points of hit points. 7 hit points in the process by expanding a level 2 spell slot. Because it's, you know, hard magic for you.
Sure. So I kind of talk to myself while I'm doing it, saying, fascinating, but I guess I'll need to fix the colouring later on and kind of pull my dress up to cover it.
What you also feel is like you're getting the hang of it. Like you're feeling like you're moving more and more into a direction where this is working.
Yeah. Progress.
Okay.
And we just continue following the tracks.
So you continue not resting, you're just like going straight up.
Well, I guess we're trying to find somewhere that might be better to rest.
You do?
In the same direction of the tracks, if I understood correctly.
That would be a survival check. Someone want to do it? Or you want to keep going?
We can do survival check, yes. Sorry.
Plus 4. 19.
I only rolled a 9.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Hergus is survivor is one of the best abilities that we have.
I've got 11.
So Harga's like moving into a place like next to tracks. Actually, it seems that also Kevin rested there because there's a little small space next to a small river. It's not a river; it's more like a smaller variant of a river, and but it's very cozy there. It's like has the protection of a small hill cliff, like not a big cliff, but like just like a little hilltop, so to say, and like you move into the shade of this hilltop, have the river next to you, and it's a very good sleeping place. You can easily set up guards there.
Friends, can I see? Oh wait, I scout that and I come.
Sure.
All right, so I come back and I say, friends, I found Kevin's sleeping place. He's very close. We can still get him. He won't get away this time.
I mean, it wouldn't be far from his sleeping place, right?
Yeah, I cannot imagine that he can walk fast with us.
I think he was faster than you, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
But there's only one of him.
Like if we talk about fantasy creatures, my only reference long-term running that I have for dwarves is Lord of the Rings, but Gimli is like, no, I can't walk. I'm not good at running long distances.
It's not about that. It's more that you actually need to make your way. You have been exhausted the first day. You have been holed up in fights. While Kevin just continuously went straight.
Can't believe they leave Kevin alone. What is it about Kevin that we don't have?
Kevin is a friend of the druids. He said as much.
But why does he do such horrible things to us if he's a friend of the...
Because we're friends. Because we're friends with Rutger, and he doesn't like Rutger. Or rather, he doesn't care much for Rutger and want Rutger's woman.
I will have to talk to these druids about their preferences of friends, and I'll tell them about what Kevin did to us. I'll let them know.
Let me know how that goes for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I guess we'll just rest up there.
Sure. Who
Then-
rest?
Who's gonna take watch?
Calavandra,
Excuse me.
how about you take the watch this time?
I already did last time. And I'm almost dead.
What about my circumstances? What did that happen? Yeah, Effrey.
She's almost dead.
I can take a short. Screw it. I can take a long rest. Watch. Yeah.
Oh,
Long rest. Oh, well, I can take a long rest. Let the
No,
other.
I'll take the watch while you sleep off your wounds again.
Oh, are you sure?
Is
Yes.
it like nighttime or daytime now?
And Helga is tired of being heroic in that regard. He just like wants to fall asleep.
But is it daytime or nighttime now?
That's a good question. You slept through the night, actually. I think it's like daytime. Like it's probably when you rest now, you can make it over the night, actually.
Because I guess I can do like early mornings. I mean,
Well,
midnight to early morning.
So it's called a long rest, but do we have to be sleeping to regenerate anything, or can we all just fire and? Because I think it's weird that we would go to sleep again.
No,
it's implied that it's doing nothing other than resting. Whether that means you're actually awake or not, it just means you can't be actively taking watch or another activity. Which means I will take the watch, you two rest up, and then another day, like the next time we'll have to rotate through. Because if it's only if we do 2 short rests, it's not going to be as effective as 1 long rest.
Let's make it just quickly. Just you rotate over the night, and there's also not much going on there. So just roll hit points every time, like all of you, and then we just skip to the next day. Because it's a very good resting spot. Like there's not much going on there.
Plus 4, 14.
Plus 14 for you.
I do roll a d6, don't I? For hit points, I think I do.
Plus,
No, you don't get that. You get the D8.
oh yeah. 4
And
plus
6. And I get 14.
Yep. D6.
Cool.
plus Constitution.
All right. We did it once each.
Yep. We rotate through the watch. And then hello.
Okay.
I hate everything being pixelated. I don't know when everything's frozen. Yeah, I guess when the night is through and it's morning again, we're all rested up as well as we're going to, we get back underway.
Okay. So you make your way, like the tracks are barely visible now, but you're taking like the last glimpses. You're a bit slower this time because you actually need to look for the tracks sometimes because they get lost, and then you look around and oh yeah, there they are, and then you keep like finding them again and you move on. And like slowly, while you're now like moving on, the forest changes a bit again. Everything looks a bit brighter now. You hear that there is like small waterfalls in the area. It's very beautiful here and very, how's it called? Like I know that like the noun, like serenity. You know what I mean? Like it's very. What's the verb here?
Serene.
Serene. Yeah, it's very serene. It's very serene. Very quiet. Like not quiet, not in a sense of quiet, because there's a lot of going on. Like the birds are chirping. You see those like rushing through the underground. It's a very lively forest. Idyllic. That's the word. Yeah, it's very idyllic here. And you come up to a place. You actually can see it here in the background of what I screen share here. It's a very colorful forest, and you see the small pools of water, and there's actually a woman next to one of the pools of water, and she's currently like fetching water, and there are like stairs going upwards to the next pod, and yeah.
Okay.
Human woman.
Human, yes.
The woman.
So yes.
Does Helga see the woman?
Of course, all of you. You just exited the undergrowth. There's not that much undergrowth anymore. It's more like an open forest again. And basically, you exit the undergrowth and you see like the scenery.
Can you describe the woman a bit more?
She's human. She has a robe. She has like a bowl of water which she just like dunked into the water and filled it, and she's now picking up and like turning around, trying to make for the stairs. She has like long red hair, like just flying down her back, so to say, and that's everything you really can notice here.
So Helga is turning to Efri and Calavandra. Is that how the druids look like here, mainland? You should have told me.
Why is that bad?
I slowly approach the person if I can. Like very slowly, I get closer.
I guess we follow.
Yeah. Okay. At some point,
I glance at Calavandra with a warning telepathic look of we can't let him get too close on his own, and then just start following.
On Skellige, they all have long beards.
At some point, she's like noticing you, like turning around and looking at you, and she's like, "Oh."
I immediately pause, and stay still.
And I say,
"This
it is me. Good. It is me, Helga, the mighty hero from Skellige, slayer of Scoia'tael and Wyvern and Archospores and spiders and werewolf creatures. I have come to talk to you, the druid. There is...
I think it's a druid.
There is... the forest is in disarray, it seems. It has been attacking us. What is wrong?
She's holding the bowl and she's like, if you... okay, please, calm down and just please follow me.
Thank you for the invitation.
She just turns around, like goes up the stairs.
Helga, just relax a little, okay? You're coming on a little strong.
She must know whom she's dealing with.
Well, she does that.
Okay. So she goes up by another pond, and she puts down the bowl next to a small. It's not really a cave, but it's also not really something else. It's like, imagine there's like a cave with some overgrowth to it, like kind of like naturally woven into the stone and into the tree which is next to it. And she puts like the bowl next to this cave-ish thing, and then just like tells you to like follow on, and she brings you to another stair, and you go up the stair. From here you actually have a pretty good view about the area, and the area is a mixture of ponds, water ponds, which just like every pond kind of like how to say, like the water of the pond floats into the other one, but there's still like ponds in different, like kind of like rice fields in Bali, maybe, if you know. Okay, it's like this is like how the ponds are, and she moves with you through the ponds with the trees in between, and at one pond at the top there is another druid sitting there with the robe and this time with blonde long hair, and she's currently doing something in a bowl as well. It looks like she's like preparing some spices or something. And the woman you walked with brings you right into to the woman, and she's like, Flaminica, we have guests.
I
I
sit
bow.
there and I'm crossing my arms and making sure that like I flex my muscles while doing so. So I make an appropriate impression.
Okay.
I
She's-
just standard.
Greetings.
She puts down the bowl. It's like, greetings. What brings you into my grove?
We've been traveling for days now to reach you to discuss the situation in Mayenna, amongst other things.
Stop. Because at this moment, what happens is you hear a cry out from the side, and a naked dwarf is standing like next to a pond. He's like still like dripping wet, and he's like looking at you with big eyes, and he's looking at Flaminica, and he's like, great Flaminica! It's those! I told you! It's them! It's them! They followed me! They are the friends of Frutka!
Look, it's Kevin. Get him.
No, wait.
We
Don't-
want to.
No one has to die here.
I'm very, very close to throwing myself at Kevin, like grappling him to the ground. You guys, like, I feel like you gotta.
I mean, you can grapple him to the ground, just don't kill him.
Yeah, no, like Herga, he's been through enough,
Yeah,
and it's all
sure.
Kevin's fault. So, but like, if you really want to stop Herga, you can like try to.
No, you go for it.
Okay, I'll throw myself on Kevin. Come here.
So you run towards Kevin, and at this moment, every one of you makes a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those.
Yeah, +2.
11 for
Oh dear, I rolled an 8.
someone.
You have. Yeah, -1.
Would you go 11?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've got 11. Calavandra has 7.
Okay, so all of you immediately feel like a calmness inside you. Like every rage, every like bad or negative thought in your head just like seems to be less important. And like Herga, while you run onto Kevin, like suddenly you're not sure anymore like if it's actually worth to hit him just because he did it to you. You feel it's very unfair, but like violence, I don't know, like you don't know currently. It's like it's really strange. And as you feel the serene feeling in yourself as well, also Kevin's the same. Kevin stops screaming. Kevin is like becomes just quiet and more attentive, and he just looks at the Flaminica, and she rises and she's like, calm down please, like maybe Kevin, could you maybe go to another pond there and like make yourself fresh a bit while we talk a bit, and then like we can definitely come back to your concerns. And Kevin is just looking at her, and he's like, yeah, maybe that's the best. And he's still naked. Walks off, trying to get his pants, and like sits down 2 pawns farther from you, while she invites you to sit next to her.
Thank you.
And
I said.
slowly the feeling of serenity like you had in your mind kind of like starts to lift again. Like everything comes a bit more, like the colors start to fade again a bit, and everything comes back to normal. You still feel very calm, but it's not like this strange tide of of serenity which just hit your head. Now it's like just like as a subtone kind of like in your head, but not overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we're simply here to discuss the situation in Maena, among other things. Deoch was curious.
Yeah, he's
I don't know what happened to him on our way here, but he wanted to talk to you.
yeah, he experienced the calmness of the forest, I guess.
Yeah, the spells of the forest have worked really well on him.
Okay.
Yeah, Herga also sits down, and he loosens his muscles a bit, and he just like appreciates the forest around him and appreciates the Flaminicas.
One plus
And
one.
The other one went away again.
Yeah, the other one is standing next to the next to the next pond, so to say, like next to the. There's like a little hill and like tree, and she's just standing next to there and like watching you from far.
And is Kevin sitting out further out?
Kevin like moved like 2-3 ponds away and like currently stressing himself.
Yeah, we came here seeking war and destruction on Kevin, but
No, we didn't.
Now that I've seen this place, I feel as if I was at home at Skellige. Thank you for inviting us to your grove.
It is quite a splendid place.
So, now that we met each other, my name is Josephine. What's your names?
This is Calavandra, Herga, Deoch, Efri of Sintra.
I am Herga, bringer of peace and joy.
The effect of whatever hit you is, by the way, like wearing off. Like you don't feel like this insane serenity in your head anymore. It's just like the atmosphere of this place, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we are wondering why our acquaintance Kevin is bathing in your ponds.
Kevin, he's a hunter of the forest. He's a friend of us. He accepts our rules. He does as we say. He doesn't hurt the forest. Very, very nice fellow.
So, if Kevin was to use his forest friends against us, even though we didn't wrong the forest, wouldn't that be a crime? A crime of the forest?
What did you do?
Effie, you're better with words than I am.
We sought passage here to talk to you about the matters that I've brought up before, and we sought a guide to make sure that we got here safely. Kevin offered to do so after finding out that we were indeed acquaintances with Rutger, under the pretense of trying to help us, and then leaving us to die at the hands of the spiders not too far west, outside of the forest.
He brought you into the spider cave.
Yes.
He did.
Which almost killed me.
Willingly, what was his, what, do we have any, past with Kevin?
No, but we have, as I said, we're an acquaintance of a challenger to his, shall we say, ambitions, and he wanted rid of us for that reason.
Just because you're acquaintance of Rutger.
Correct. Well, someone may have mentioned that we're Rutger's bodyguards, and we protected Rutger after the recent attack on Maena, but we're not contracted to work for Rutger as he understood it. It was a one-time agreement to make sure we all got out of the city alive.
So you're fugitives as well.
Not really. Not deliberate fugitives.
Helga runs away from no one.
I bet. As she looks at you.
And Helga is like smiling. It's like, proud smile.
But we meant no ill towards the druids or towards Kevin. We needed to come and talk to you about these matters, and
as I see
trusted Kevin as a guide.
As I see it, is that Kevin deliberately wanted to get like all four of you into the spider cave to die just because it pleases so, because there's no other, like there was no other reason then. Like I'm not even sure what you did to him. Like did you do anything to him?
No. I have never been nicer to any Kevin I've ever met than to this one. And he warned us about the forest. He did say that it was dangerous, and he did say that we shouldn't bring its balance out of order. But we restrained ourselves to the best of our abilities, and when we laid a hand against any of its creatures, it was only in self-defense.
I see.
You must believe us.
Why would he do that? Like did you give him any what?
He said something about a Hildegard woman. But I'm not sure.
Hildegard is Rutger's partner, let's say, and Kevin seeks her for himself. And on hearing that we were Rutger's bodyguards, he wanted to make sure we couldn't get in the way, and so led us through the spider cave to dispose of us cleanly. Would be my guess, but Kevin is here. We can ask him.
Kevin, I thought so. Kevin is a troubled man. Thanks for sharing this with me. Please stay here. I'm going to deal with this situation.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
What do you mean, deal with the situation? You're going to make him... Are you going to do what you did with us and let him overgrow the vine until he chokes to death?
I would not do such
Haga, that's not the druids.
Anyway,
remember what I said about nature taking its own course and the druids just observing until it spreads too far. That was nature taking its course.
Yeah. So, if you excuse me for a bit. And she stands up.
Thank you, yes.
And she moves the pawns away, and you see her talking to Kevin. Kevin starts to getting enraged, she's screaming at her. You hear some words about about treason, about love, about bad intentions, and then you see how vines emerge from the ground and tie him onto the spot where he is, and then you see the Flaminica actually taking a knife and she's just slitting his throat. And,
oh wow! Okay, yes. That one
puts clears the dagger, puts it back where it belongs, and
oh my God.
The dwarf just falls slowly to the ground because the vines still heaving him, and then he's just slowly becoming overgrown and tied to the ground, and while she's moving back to you and sits down with you again.
Sorry.
I must say that's a rather harsh punishment.
Nerga is shaking his head in disbelief and is what a woman.
He tried to kill all four of you. What would you have done? It would already be enough if
I would have done the same. I have tried it before, and he
What?
always slipped through my fingers.
It's kill or
think
be
I-
killed. In this case-
Regardless of whether it's just or not, I'm simply surprised that the step was taken. But
Of course.
if you feel it was the right thing to do, then I am not in a position to argue.
I am
spreading-
glad to see there's still justice in the forests.
Yeah, he's
Josephine, pray tell, are there any male druids here sharing your company?
Oh, of course. Why do you ask?
Is it-
Are you searching for someone?
No. I was just wondering.
Haggard always
What do you mean, Calavandra? Shush. No, I was just Josephine. I was just appreciating your sense of justice and the strength that you present, and the way you live out here in the forests. It's admirable, and I wouldn't mind getting to know that kind of side of nature a bit better.
Of course. You're welcome to stay with us here. We would never what's the word? We would never say no to any guest. So you're welcome here, and you're welcome to share the fruits of the forest with us. And yeah,
Fruits of the forest.
Now would be a really good time for a certain Witcher to bring his topics to the fore.
yeah. I actually was looking for when Dia comes because he said like it takes another 30 minutes.
Soon. Yeah.
Just home. Discord is starting. There we go.
Yeah,
he
that was
So-
a little
You know what?
while ago.
No.
While we're vamping, then I will take the opportunity to ask how much the druids know about the beast. Whether they can give any, like, I say to them, so we are originally tracking a beast that came from the north, a cursed elf, as it happens.
Cursed
That
elf.
we we wish to try and rescue.
Oh yeah, he's my friend.
Have you
Rescue?
heard? Yes.
He looks like a werewolf now, but he's truthfully an Scoia'tael elf
Oh,
person.
like
I was just curious as to whether you know or have heard or seen any clues as to where the beast may currently be making hay.
What are your plans with the beast?
I am a sorceress, and I happen to be studied in the same magic that transformed him in the first place. I'm hoping to reverse the curse, and failing that, take the steps that are necessary to stop the
Fol-
creature.
Follow me, please. And she gets up, and she's moving past the red-haired druid you've seen before. And there's actually, next to where a druid stands, there's a hole into the cave, and you can go into the cave. And there's like torches on the side which are illuminating the light, and you go a little bit into the, it's not like the mountain, it's like just like a hill, but it's just like a cave into the earth, so to say. And you go in there, and in the end of the cave you see that there is like, imagine like big roots coming down from all sides of the cave, with some breathing holes, with some little small windows to look into, and it looks like a big onion, so to say, but like instead of like the form of the onion, with some windows in there, but inside of the big root onion, there's nothing in there, but you can see the beast actually sleeping peacefully inside, while another druid is sitting in front of it.
Look, they have a werewolf just like the one we're looking for. Maybe he can tell us where our werewolf is.
me.
No, the beast.
Oh,
I believe this is our beast, Helga.
It looks pretty much the same, but smaller.
Oh, you think it is our beast? Calavandra, you should go and talk to it. Maybe you
I
reminded of its true self. It's gonna turn back into a friend.
You may kiss him?
Calavandra.
Frog.
I do
sure
speak.
Calavandra is a good person.
What was the druid's name?
Make notes. God damn it, Josephine.
Sorry.
The note where the druid is Joseph. I know her name very well.
It's Josephine.
Josephine, and then Ihek is the man.
Yeah.
Oh.
The cursed one.
Druid equals Josephine.
Druid.
So yes, I do ask. I just start reeling off questions at Josephine, like when they found him, where they found him, how they've managed to keep him docile, how long they've had him. I repeat a couple of questions as well.
Well, I think he roamed the area quite a long time, but Tiana here is very, very good in soothing the beast with magic, of course.
Of course.
And most of the time the beast sleeps, but if it's awake, it's full of rage. So we're currently working on that we are more able to get into his head and trying to reduce this blindly rage.
It's very good of you to look after him, so...
Of course, that's what we do.
Yes, that's...
Maybe the magic of friendship can bring him back. Calavandra is the cursed one's best friend, and she has come all this way to save him from this curse.
How do we know that? If it's
Calavandra, when did you receive that letter from Ihek?
Probably 2, 3, no, actually more. Wait, let me see. Half a year ago, probably.
Half a year.
Oh.
That sounds like an entrance.
It looks like a Diok is coming. This is perfect. Hey!
Hello.
Hi!
So, let me quickly add Diok to this. Oh my god, like, I need to... So...
Set up a part, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Let me...
Ryan missing.
Screen, what is this for screen? I don't even see it. Okay. Screen, you. I don't know. You're the new Lothari, so. How have you been? How have you been doing, Ryan? How was the trip?
Great. I got way too much sun, even though the sky was full of clouds. But somehow I managed to get sunburned.
Nice.
Yeah.
Diok, you won't believe what happened.
He's finally awake.
No.
We found a druid and she's hot.
What?
Also,
Kevin's dead.
Kevin is very dead.
Yes! Praise the Herga, I guess?
No, the druids.
The druid.
Ah.
It's the hot druid. She slit his throat.
Perfect.
Yeah, while I'm doing this, give maybe Ryan a quick, a quick rundown of what happened.
We've been traveling eastwards, tracking Kevin, trying to find our way to the druids. We were first attacked by trees, and Helga and Calavandra managed to cut all of us free between them.
Okay.
Then we were attacked by arc spores and a wyvern, which nearly killed Effrey. And now we're here talking to. Now we're here talking to the druids. Finally.
Finally.
And they are friendly, so let's try and keep them that way.
That's great.
I'm taking a 1 minute break. Give him a more detailed rundown of the recent events, and I'm right back.
Of the what, sorry?
Oh, what happened, I suppose. Recent events, I guess.
The druid's name is Jocelyn.
The druid's name is Josephine. Make notes.
The only one who remembers this.
Male or female druid?
Female.
Female Josephine. Okay.
Very
Yeah.
female.
Very.
And now there's a beast they've captured that looks.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, so in the wyvern attack, there was a wyvern attack, and Herga slew so many archospores and hurt the
So did
wyvern.
Caliban.
Calavandra, she was like being attacked by the wyvern. Herga had to save her, and then I'm not kidding. She was
Helpful.
yeah. In contrast to Effrey, who was so in awe of the
The wyvern died.
Yeah, Effrey was completely useless, failing to hit any archospores with any fire. She had one job, and then she was so in awe of seeing a real-life wyvern that she missed, or she didn't even try to stop it from eating her. It went to carry her away. Herga stabbed it in the back with an axe. Effrey was dropped to the floor.
Oof.
Had to make 4 saving throws.
Sounds like quite the adventure.
4 death saving throws. Barely made it.
What?
Herga saved Effrey's life with his famous chewed paste. And yeah, we've just been traveling eastwards trying to find the druids. We got there, they killed Kevin while we were waiting for Deoch to come out of his stupor. I mentioned the fact that we were there for the beast, and they led us into a cave where there's like an onion-shaped wooden house where the beast is currently sleeping. And they were just telling us that when they've managed to magically make the beast sleep, but when the beast isn't asleep, it's full of rage and anger, which they're trying to work on. And they seem to accept that we want to try and lift the curse, if I can.
Any signs?
Yeah,
of
we were
a,
just we were literally mid having that conversation. So
I was just saying we should believe in the magic of friendship and that Calavandra
Yes.
talked to the beast.
Well,
Yeah.
we are not sure how much of the man inside him is still there, but sure.
it's been a long while, but we can try.
Seems good.
And this is the moment where like the druid, which just listened, there was like, because there's a druid sitting in front of the beast, and she's obviously in charge of the beast, and this is the moment where she gets up and she's looking at the Flaminica and she's like, Josephine, like, they're outsiders, you can't bring them into my cave. It's fine.
Oh,
It's
sorry, we didn't mean to intrude.
You can trust Herga and his friends with your life and even more.
He's not ready yet. Like, I just put him to sleep.
I do like I explain to this for the same as I explained to Josephine that I would try to attempt to lift the curse.
No, I have everything under control. Like, it's fine.
I'm not
it's
doubting
fine.
not doubting your abilities at all, but that's what we're here to do. That's the reason we're in Maena. It's one of the reasons we came to speak to you.
I have everything in control. This is the moment where Josephine is like, "Oh, come down, Tiana, come down. Like, they're just here to help. You know what?
Sienna, was that?
Yes.
I'm making all the notes.
Yes. It's fine. But you know what? Now that you know each other, maybe let's take a quick break. Let's have supper and let's come back to the subject maybe later."
Yes, of course. Seeing as Tiana has the situation under such good control, I don't believe we're in any rush now. The beast is not an immediate danger to himself or others. Supper sounds nice.
Okay.
Josephine,
But
if I may ask.
you're going outside of the cave, and meanwhile you're talking.
Yeah. If I may ask, I tried to talk to some wolves not too long ago who were close to the city, and
Oh, you did?
they wouldn't. Yes, I'm very close to nature, and I was trying to find out what was troubling these poor wolves so much. and they wouldn't want to share their secrets with me. But maybe you can. You see, we are friends of nature, and we want to help. So it would be of great interest to us to find out what is troubling all these beasts that are close by the city.
That's glad to hear. Like friends of the forest are always welcome. The beasts are not troubled. We just sent them there. They're there to keep the town in check. That's our last warning.
What?
This ties in quite nicely to the other reason we're here. I kind of look at Dioch to see whether Dioch finally wants to take charge of that particular conversation.
Yeah, since you're in the group, Dioch kind of like is moving away from the zombie status. He's like more active, more alive. Like the grove really does wonders to Dioch's.
Yeah. This was really well. I tried to ask Effrey, without the other people noticing, if there was any sign of a witch in the area.
I mean, we haven't seen anyone else, right? Other than the druids and Kevin.
Not
So
yet.
I just shake my head and say, we've not seen
But
or heard anything.
the grove is pretty big. Like there are a lot of ponds. There's still like a lot of undergrowth on the side, a lot of trees. So it's easy to miss if you're not actively looking for people.
Yeah.
Okay, so Josephine, you said the last warning. Is there? Well, okay, so we're not. We don't particularly know a lot of people in the town, but what exactly is this warning for?
Oh well. We asked the major to turn down and hand the towns over to us druids, like it was in old times as well. But the mayor repeatedly disagreed with our views, and he's just looking for money. He and the merchants guild are just trying to.
Somebody's house on fire?
He's not following the rules of nature and the forest, and so we gave him an ultimatum. We said like, you have to step down from your office, give the town to druids, and everything is fine. But a month has passed, and now we said, okay, well, if you don't do it, then we'll take up force. And this, like the wolves, and like generally the forest, that this is our last warning. We want to show the major how dire the situation is for him, and I hope he understands, and I hope he agrees now.
So dire situation, dire wolves.
Oh yes, you
Well,
understand.
Everything's
He is-
connected.
He is certainly aware of the situation, but right now it's difficult to say how seriously he takes the threat. After the attack, if you don't mind my use of the word, after the attack on the city, not a week, whenever it was, 2 days, 3 days past, I'm sure they will realize you meant what you said. And we've heard tales of a witcher going to the city to warn them as well, but this witcher being turned away.
Oh yes.
Is he a friend of the druids?
Rock? Of course, yes, he is.
No.
I look at Dioch to see whether that name rings any bells.
I got nothing. So, okay, Josephine, I'm just wondering why this, this request of yours has suddenly come to your mind. Why is this something so recent? You know, I mean, it's been a few years that the city now has been under the control of the humans and the merchants. And what sparked this new interest? Is the forest not suitable for your housing anymore, or is there a different problem?
Quite contrary, but it's possibilities. Like we hadn't had the chance to apply this kind of threat so far, but now we can.
Why? What changed?
Oh, because we got allies now. We got the Witcher.
The
I
witches.
see.
The witches.
I see. Is it possible that they have the same signal as I have, and I show them my cat school Witcher medallion?
You're one of the cats. Well, like yes, like our ally is indeed like a Witcher of the cat. Should I introduce you?
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Well, fine then. Then let's
We
prepare
can
supper.
perhaps we can meet over dinner. Yes.
Yes, that's
That
lovely.
sounds like a grand idea.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Good then. Let's follow me, please. And she's moving with you like through the ponds, and there is already like a big cauldron, and there's one of the druids. This time actually male, and he's already like brewing some stew over the fire. And Josephine greets him, and next to like on one of the stones because like it's kind of like a circle around the cauldron where people can sit on stones, and on one of the stones there's actually someone sitting, and he looks like this.
Oh,
Would you look at that?
And he's looking up.
I wish I could see it, but it's all just 8-bit.
wait. Maybe I can have you guys. Change the server. Usually, if we change the server, like very
Let's try it.
briefly.
Yes, that's
There we go.
better.
Perfect.
Cool.
So he's sitting on the fire, and as you approach, he's just eating like out of a small bowl, and he's looking up at you, and he's like, well.
If that isn't rock.
He's putting the bowl down, he's arising, and he's like, what do we have here?
Well, aside from my Witcher symbols, we do look alike a lot, and he's roughly my age as well. So
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh no. Bear. Why?
Well,
Yeah, introduce me to this man. You should know that I'm a famous monster slayer myself.
Herger. This is Rock. He is a very famous cat school witcher, and has been a witcher or in the. He's learned the art of the cat school during my time as well. And Rock, meet Herger, one of the most and glorious and most connected to nature and to glorious warrior ever to step a foot in these woods.
If it
Yes.
not the freak,
What?
Oh,
You
that's-
just call me a freak.
not you. Him. And he's pointing at like Dirk. The only one where the serum didn't work, I remember.
Well, you haven't changed.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do know each other.
Well, briefly.
Well, how it's working, basically, they trained, like, there was briefly training together until they disbanded, because there was this famous, tourney and, like, closure of the cat school, and it was quite some time ago. You never know how old witches are really. So even if he looks a bit younger, it could be that he actually is already a bit older. And it does, like, after the disbandment of the school, like, all the cat witches went separate ways, so to say. So there's not a lot of connection, and that's something you know. Like, you don't know that there's there's no active cat witches school anymore. Actually, most of the schools are not active anymore. There are some groups like the Wolf School who just like are still like roaming the lands, but there's also like the Griffin and the Bear School. You all heard of them, but you don't really know that there's an active education of witches anymore.
Yeah.
What brings you here?
That was the question I wanted to ask. Of course, a contract. A contract for a monstrous beast haunting these lands, and it appears it wasn't the only monster around here.
You're too late. The druids got him already.
We saw.
But glad
we
to
can
see you
still
still.
save him.
Glad you see you're still in the path. I didn't thought of it. I thought you're tired. You're chickening out.
Chickening out. That's a typical rock thing to say. I mean, we gotta make money for our bread somehow, right? So it's not like I want to do this, but at least I've got my morals, and it's not like I'm trying to persuade druids to do work for me, my friend.
Why? I don't get it. Like, our work is great. Like, living on the path is amazing. I really don't understand. Like, I really don't understand you. Like, but you've always been this. Like,
What is so hard to understand that a man just wants to brew beer and sell beer? I mean,
Yes.
thank you, Helga.
Yeah, don't let him talk to you like this, Dirk.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
I think he called you a coward.
yes, I did.
Well, Helga, some people will never learn the truth. And it's
Well,
not my
I
job
can
to
stand
teach.
here. Well, I can stand here to teach him and say that Dirk is a good friend of mine and he is a brave warrior. I've spent many battles with him by my side.
Oh, you now need a big brother to like do the fancy words for you.
Just because you don't understand a Skelligan warrior, my friend. It's fine. Let us not quarrel tonight. Let us first have some food and some drinks. And then we can talk about the situation tomorrow.
Sit. Join me in supper.
Let's see how much beer you can stand.
Well, alcohol doesn't really have an effect on me, so I'm sure whatever we drink, you will lose in the end.
Oh, is that a challenge? Oh, we will see.
He rolls with his eyes.
Please don't run the druids out of alcohol. Druids even have alcohol?
I don't know. He's like, Rock is looking at Dirk and he, like, so just like the contract here, like, this special place, Mayana.
Yeah, it is. They're not very Witcher friendly after your little incident.
You bet.
What brings you to Mayana?
Oh, you won't believe it. You won't believe it. The druids, you know what the druids said? You know what they said? They can help us
Hit me.
rebuild the school again. Can you imagine?
What?
We can be our school again. Yes.
Where?
Well, it doesn't matter where. The problem was the recipe, you know. You know the recipe of the trial of the grasses?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they took it away from us. But with the druids' help, we could create more witches again.
You mean they know the recipe?
Well, they don't know the recipe, but they said they can like do their own magic. Did you know it was mages in the beginning?
No one knows the recipe. The recipe's been lost for centuries.
Yes, but these druids, they have powerful magic. They can help us. As I said, like the first recipe was done by mages. Why not give the druids a shot? Can you imagine?
So
Would that mean that even I could become a witcher?
You're probably too old for a witcher, but yes.
okay, Rock. Okay. You're telling me because the druids told you they might have
No, they will!
chance.
The will that they told me.
I mean, is Josephine still with us while we eat?
Josephine basically showed you there and like went somewhere. You can look around if she's like coming.
Yeah, I mean, if she's close.
No, there's like one druid, like the one who's actually cooking. He's standing there.
Okay.
So one druid is there for sure.
Okay. Well, I'll hold back on my curious questioning then until Josephine makes an appearance.
Okay. Okay. Let's start at the beginning, Rock. You're telling me that the druids will help us rebuild our
That
school.
was the deal.
That was the deal. Yeah, that was the deal. Okay. So, just so I get this straight, the druids. You mean the people that love nature and are in harmony with the creatures, the magical creatures, want to
For
rebuild
fuck's sake, they're
a
good and bad
school of
ones.
monster slayers?
You know that as well as I do. There are good ones and bad ones. And as the druid said, as long as we listen to them, we will kill the right ones, and they will help us to create more and more cat witches. Can you imagine we can rebuild the cat school? Can you imagine? But of course you can't, because you're weak. You don't have to. You're a witcher, but you're not. You're just on the outside. You're a facade. That's what you are.
Just because I've got a mind of my own, Rock, doesn't mean that I've only have a facade. But
You're calling me stupid?
Well, that's your words, not mine. Now.
I don't like this guy, Diok.
He's like throwing the supper down to the ground. He's like, "You're so dead," and he's like moving at you.
Okay, Rock. Okay. Herger, would you mind holding my supper?
Oh no! It's going down!
Alright.
And while I give away the supper, like that's immediately when you roll initiative.
Yeah. Where's my sheet?
Is it only Diok now? Is it like a 101?
You can join in if you want.
No, I'll let him have that one.
Okay, Effrey disappears to go find
I'm just eating
Josephine.
my supper.
I'm like super excited, like with my spoon and like as I'm watching the night unfold.
Okay, my initiative is really low. 3.
Okay. So while you give away the supper, he's like immediately coming at you and like BOOM! And he's hitting you like straight into the face. And like he does, like note this damage please separately from like a normal damage table, so to say. And you take like 6 points of damage.
Is there? Did we rest beforehand?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you rested like twice probably. Actually, you
You
slept
probably-
through the whole 3 days.
Yeah. You were up to scratch.
Perfect. All right. So try to counterattack.
Okay.
And I rolled a 19.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you try to hit him, and he's really quick. And while like he tries to move, you caught him right in the shoulder. So roll damage.
Is that an unarmed strike, right? Doesn't show which.
It's 1d4
Dice,
plus your strength for this purpose.
1d plus strength. -1 is the strength. Oh my god. All right, 3.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, you hit him in the shoulder. He's like, "You're quicker than I remember you," and you see as he's like quickening up and like try to come from you at the side and like hits for your liver, and he hits, and you get 5 points of damage as he like hits you right into the liver.
All right. Shake it off and roll a 10 on my next hit.
Well, like as he hits you in the liver, like and you try to counter attack, but he just does a period and like gives you straight with the elbow into the side while he's awaiting, and he hits you.
Can I parry it?
You can try.
I can try. Damage me with a melee attack. 1d8. It's a 4 plus 3. 1 second. So I protect 7 points of damage.
That's good. So when the elbow comes down, you're trying to repair it, and it's your turn.
Okay. I try to throw him off his feet, and I roll a natural 1.
Amazing. So you're trying to leg sweep him, and this is like his indication to go double speed. He just jumps over you, and like while he jumps, he just like hits you with his knee right into your stomach. Yeah, he does actually. And that's another 6 points of damage. And at the same point, while like you got hit by the knee, since you're still stumbling, he turns around and gives you with the backside of his hand, like right into your hand. And again, he hits. And again with 5 points of damage.
Oh.
For all the like everyone who's viewing this fight, it looks like Rock is nearly double as quick as Dirk in this. He's like dancing around Dirk, kind of like playing with him more or less.
Well, I say to the others, let Dirk take this one. This one seems personal. I'm sure he can do it.
Yeah, I don't
There we
want to
go.
So.
And I rolled another 10.
Okay. So you're again like trying to like when he hit you in the back, you're trying to turn around and like hit him again, but he's evading again. And this time he actually grabs your hand. He tries to get you onto the ground, but this time he actually can't because you still have a very strong stand. And when you feel that he's pulling you, you nimbly evade to the side, and he is actually not able to pull you to the ground. But this, while you're trying to evade, he uses the additional like movement from you to move as well and try to hit you just with fist again. And this time he hits you again. This time for 4 points of damage.
You mean like always?
No, he tried to throw it to the ground. It didn't work. So.
All right, I'll parry that as well.
Okay.
That's another 7 parry.
Okay, so he hits you, but you just block it off, and it's your turn.
Mm-hmm. And I roll a natural 20.
Amazing. And you hit him. Go.
I hit him, and I roll another d4.
You can roll it twice this time. And then apply the modifier afterwards.
So I add both, and then -1. That's 3 again.
Okay.
Wow, really?
This time, like you actually caught him off guard, and you strike him and you hit him next to his ear, like he's like ah, but more of a surprise than like real damage. He's like ah, what happened? And then he just turns around and like tries to hit you from the side, and hits you on the side, and immediately tries to go like double punch and like tries to hit you again, and both times he hits, and this is like 6 + 5.
Yeah, I don't think I can protect myself against that. So I go down to the ground.
And he's like spitting down on you, and he's like weak as ever.
Dio, do you want us to step in?
Nah, it's fine. He always was the quicker one and laugh it off. Just give me my food and a good cup of beer.
Well, you can have the beer. I ate the food.
Ah, alright. I guess I deserve that.
While he's moving away from you, he was really tense not to hit you again on the ground, but instead of hitting you in the ground, he's turning around and just like screams full of rage into the forest.
Jesus.
Edgy!
What's wrong with this man?
And then he comes down, like he just picks up his bowl, like gets the spoon from the druid and just like puts himself another portion and sits down again and starts eating.
I mean, forgive me if I'm mistaken, Rock, but was the whole point of the Trial of the Grasses not to eliminate, if not greatly flatten, such emotional responses?
Oh, Effie, you didn't hear about the incident at the cat school?
I mean, you've mentioned so many of them. I couldn't possibly
Yeah,
guess
boy.
what you're referring to.
And this is exactly why the world should know the true face of the cat school, not all these rumors and and talks behind our backs. We're just always the bad guys. We're saving humanity by relieving them of monsters, and what do? Instead, they try to kill us.
I don't think that's just a cat school.
It started with us.
So what do you want to do about it?
Scream endlessly.
Get the cat school back.
And then slay more monsters?
Yes, show the world what we're made of.
Well, see, I don't agree with the way you talk to Diak, but I do think it is an honorable thing to free the world of beasts.
Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta know, Rock isn't one of the worst ones, so at least he's got his morals straight. Most of the time.
But now, the part that confuses me is why attack the city like this? I heard the druids say they used to run the city or something.
Well, yeah. Times passed. They did. I don't care.
But it looks like they're attacking innocents in the streets.
I don't care. Why should I care?
What are you slaying the monsters for?
What about monsters?
But you didn't you just say you slay monsters?
Yes, for a living.
For a living, for money, you say?
Yes, that as well.
This is where our paths diverge, morally speaking. It's how can it be for money when there's innocence at stake in the city? Are you saying with all your plans, with all your recreation, you want to kill many of these people and never wrong you just so you can get your witches school back? You don't need witches.
I don't kill people. Most
you
of the
don't?
time.
You gotta know, he's I said his morals were okay, but that's like compared to witches in general. So, I mean, he doesn't have a drop of empathy left in his body, so you can't expect for him to feel for the people in the city.
But the druids, is that what they're after?
What?
They don't care?
But
For them, the humans aren't.
I don't know what the druids want.
Bear in mind, Herger, that no one was actually harmed in the attack, just frightened.
That's true, we didn't see one victim.
Why are you here, actually?
Like we said, we were originally here for the beast, but then we heard of a cat school witcher walking into my inner and of the druid threat, and wanted to try and make sense of it.
And? Did you?
Today has been enlightening. Excuse me, sorry, Cook. What was your name?
He looks a bit frightened, like, from the whole situation. And he's looking at you. Torben.
Sorry, what was that?
Torben. He also has red hair.
Could you point me in the general direction of Josephine?
Sure. Like she's like over there. Like
Thank
3
you.
pawns upwards.
Torben, friend, say, does Josephine have a druid?
Sorry, I didn't understand it. Discord.
Which is also Torvin's response.
Torben, is Josephine lying with another man at night already?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Torben!
You nailed it.
Does Josephine have...
No, that's like... Of course not.
Of course not?
No, that's like... No, she has a duty to the forest, like...
Oh, you're saying she mustn't?
Sorry?
She mustn't be with another man. Is that what you're saying? It's not allowed. It's against the laws of nature.
Well, she doesn't, at least. I know, as far as I know. Why does it matter? Rock is chuckling at your question. He's like,
please excuse me. I go to find Josephine.
Well, tell me in what mood she is, Zephyr.
I will relay that information to you.
Be the scout.
Yes. And no, it's fine.
But Helga, what happened to Reha?
Reha? Oh, she and I, we have an understanding, you know.
Okay, so Effrey, you're making your way up to Josephine, and she actually wanted to join you on supper. The problem, she actually already has a bowl in her hand, but she was kept up because like another druid, this one actually a younger one, is talking with her, and you just join.
I keep my distance so that I'm not intruding on their conversation, but I try to I angle myself so that Josephine knows that I'm there and that I'd like to talk to her.
Well, basically, as soon as you come up to it, like she looks at you and she's like nodding at the young one, and she's like giving you full attention and just approaches you.
Yeah.
She's wanting to join you.
Oh, well, currently Deoch and Rock are settling some old differences.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, we'll see. I'm not entirely sure how their relationship will end up standing by the end of the evening. But full warning, anyway. I just wish to briefly talk to you before we rejoin them for supper. Unless you're hungry, we can also talk later.
Oh, well, we can of course talk now, but can we talk about supper, like that on supper, or does it need to be private?
It doesn't need to be private. No, I just wanted it to be away from the brawling.
Oh, so it needs to be private. That's not a problem. Just talk then.
No. Okay, fine. And then I just I just reel off a load of questions about how they intend to replace the Trial of the Grasses and.
Oh, he told you about it.
Well, Deoch is a cat witcher. He felt that there may be some shared incentive.
Oh, well.
But I'm curious because this is magic that hasn't been seen for centuries.
Oh yes, it will be quite a challenge.
But you seem confident in that you can manage.
Well, we have the power of the forest on our side. Of course, we can manage everything. Nature is on our side.
Interesting. Do you not think that someone would have beaten you to that if that were the case? I imagine many a Witcher has been wanting to rebuild their program since they've been in decline for such a long time already.
Well, they're Witchers, are they not? We're the Druids, though.
Witches, sorceresses, druids, I'd imagine they'd go to anyone to try and find a solution.
What's that?
If you insist that you fight away, I'm curious to see what it is. You find yourself the center of so much attention with Rock and the Beast here. You're well positioned.
What do you mean?
It's simply an observation.
Well, yeah, lately times have been busy, that's true.
And your relationship with Rock is what allows you to make such bold claims on the city.
Oh, well, yes, Rock is like an amazing individual. He has skills that we don't possess.
Interesting. Okay. Well, then let's just rejoin the others. And as I kind of motion for her to walk as I go. I try to dig for more information on what exactly she's planning on doing to again, like I'm curious about the replacement of the Trial of the Grasses. I ask for specifics.
What exactly do you ask for?
Okay, so I want to know more about what she's intending to do to give them a replacement for the trial.
Oh no, not a replacement. We're trying to give them the trial. We're trying to make everything as it was before.
With what knowledge? Or is it guesswork?
No, it's research. You as a sorcerer should know that.
I understand. This is why I'm curious, because Rock seems to have the impression that you already know and have the solution ready.
Oh no,
I apologize for the misunderstanding.
No. We talked with Rock. Like he gives us town, and then we work on the trial.
I see. Okay. I'm
If
very curious. I'm very curious to see how this goes.
if
You must keep me in the loop.
if you want to help, like we have, like you're more than welcome to stay here.
Oh, that's so tempting. Well, we'll see. We'll see how our paths diverge from here. I too am busy with research of my own.
You guys at the cauldron, you want to do anything while like Effrey's away?
I wanna drink beer with Rock Guy.
You still have like beer with you?
Yeah, I have my water's getting filled with beer, but that's it.
So what do you want to do? You drink beer and then you offer it to Rock, or?
Is there any beer to be gotten by can I ask the cook if there's anything to drink with a bit more power behind it?
No, I'm sorry. Like, no, we don't have anything here.
You are a difficult person, you know that.
But like, after the supper, we can offer you some herbs to smoke if you want.
Now we're getting closer to our destination. Yeah. So.
Anything else?
Do you have any mushrooms growing here that could be of interest for a party like us?
I'm sorry. What like monetary interest or?
Recreational.
Well, yeah, we have some mushrooms, indeed. Yeah.
How much convincing would it to us?
Sorry, what?
Is it like an audio issue or is it like
it's an audio issue.
Oh, how much convincing would it take?
To get the mushrooms?
Yes.
None.
What are you waiting for, man?
Oh wait, but like,
Yeah, Effrey, are you joining in? Rock, I'm sure you'd also have one as well.
Lovely, don't ask me.
Calavendra. Calavendra never wants anything.
Don't you want to wait after the supper?
Let's eat first. I'm unsure.
I don't know.
I want to eat.
Want to eat the mushrooms?
No, eat the food.
Well, but don't forget about it.
Well, I'm done with the food now.
I also had my food already. I was eating while they were fighting. I'm ready.
Didn't have food because you ate
But
it.
you won't convince Rock. He's always been scared of supplements.
Is that so? Is that so? I thought you were such a brave warrior. Cat warrior.
It's just the facade.
You know what the problem is? That stuff clouds your mind. You're not the real you anymore.
No, that is where you're wrong. That is where you become the truest version of yourself.
I am already the truest version of myself.
You know nothing.
That sounds like
Bring the mushrooms in.
Okay, I think this is like where we like Effie and like the Flaminica are slowly approaching. Also, some other druids are joining in for the supper. But this is where we end tonight's session since already nearly 10.
Shame.
Yeah, I mean,
Rock seems lovely.
if you want, we can still play. Like, just say.
I
Well,
mean,
like,
it's
don't wanna
late
force it on
for
you.
I don't want. Yeah, I don't want to.
I think for us it's also better if we stop soon.
Yeah, we got a pack full.
Yeah.
Sure.
Good. Then let's
Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
Good. So, how was the episode?
We got there. We got there eventually.
Lots of action.
I was
I was a little worried. I was a little worried that we just keep heading. I've seen this happen before in 5th Ed D&D with like different exploration systems and stuff, that you just accidentally carry on going in a direction forever and then find yourself in a different adventure because you've forgotten to look where you're like to see whether your path is slightly off track or something. So I was worried we were going to get to the other end of the forest or the Mahakam mountain range or something, and Green Cricket was just going to say, yeah, you're miles back that way. No, we got where we needed to be, so...
You had Kevin.
Kevin.
I was more...
Kevin was
Rest in pieces.
I was way more worried what happened if you don't go with Kevin. That was my like, how did you make the way to the druids then? Like, do they hire another hunter? Like, how does this stuff work out? So I'm actually glad how this worked out here.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Kevin got what he deserved. I guess Ferga would have liked to be the one, but having someone like Josephine do it is also good.
Well, the DC for the save was 14, so for the Serenity spell.
Oh, what did I throw?
A 7, I think.
I could have done it. But,
I'm sad I missed the death of our poor friend Kevin. But
I'm sure he will be shortly missed. Yeah, I had fun. I'm glad that I didn't get killed by a wyvern. That's not how Effie is supposed to die.
Yeah, I was sitting in the car and was wondering, okay, what actually happens if my crew dies without me?
Well,
I would just come back to like 3 dead people around me.
Effie was kind of close.
Every.
yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of ended.
Yeah, we it was close, closer than I'm comfortable with.
Yikes!
But Effie has to learn. Effie has to learn that she can't just study every individual thing. Some things will try to kill her.
It was pretty nice.
Now she knows that.
Because like there was a wyvern and she was like, "Oh my god, like a wyvern! How beautiful! Oh, it comes nearer, nearer! Oh
no!"
So yeah,
good thing you had a Witcher with you.
yeah, wasn't of much use. This
we were describing. Green Cricket was beautifully describing to us how Dioch was going towards, like, doing the Geralt pose on the card towards the arc spore, just to have it burrow into the ground and disappear, and then doing it again with another arc spore, and Calavandra shoots it and it just disappears.
Lovely.
And then trying to take out a wyvern and it just flies off. And Dave just couldn't catch a break.
anyways.
Yeah, I thought it was lots of action. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good
I'm
then.
really looking forward to seeing how this all starts to snowball and come together, and
Well,
I'm looking forward to trying to save IHEC if they'll let me.
by the way, like since you did a lot of work already, this is the point where you get another level up. By the way, so for until the next adventure, you can already level up your character.
Cool.
And especially for the this is the level where I get an ability score improvement or a feat. So you can choose if you want to go with one ability extra, or if you want to go with a feat. Like the feats are pretty strong, so you consider it. There's a list of feats in the D&D Beyond, I think. So
I'll make a note to make sure I do that before next week.
Yep, it did. Yeah.
One
level.
more thing that Helga can impress Josephine with. I'm gonna make this whole battle plan with things I can impress her with.
Well, let's see. Maybe she can stand the charm of her Skelliger man.
I hope audience.
Okay then. Thanks everyone for watching. It was a nice episode. I'm glad that you're here. We're back next Monday, I hope, because we're up to Warsaw. Because this weekend is the Aretusa Thanet Cup in Warsaw, where most of us actually attend. So we will be
Most of us.
Yeah, most
Green
of us.
Cricket and Ryan.
Well, Aretusa. It's too far of Aretusa here. And we're flying back on Monday actually, so we will be a bit exhausted, but I still want to try to do it. So let's see. Next Monday, 7 p.m. Hope to see you there. Let's see how this story continues. What happens with the cat school? What happens with the druids? What happens with the heroes?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's all going to come to a front.
Okay,
Be sure
then,
to tune in.
thank you and bye.
Alright, goodbye.